And here we are. And here we are. The night we've been waiting for quite some time. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. We're going to be live for a little while. But it is Wawa Cup Series sign-up night. Boy, I've been planning this one for a long time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And hey, right now we got Caleb and Nathan with us as well. Of course, Caleb, the owner of Appalachian Motorsports. Nathan, the owner of NS Racing. You guys already got a full feel for the Wawa Cup Series. But tonight, we're going to see 12 guys get slots for the Wawa Cup Series. We really don't know who they're going to be. There are some names kind of being thrown out there on who wants to sign up and all of that. But, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing who gets these 12 rides. And we're also going to have full-time rides for the HERS Sprint Series as well. So in the Discord, you can click the link down below. That's where the signups will be. We're going to be posting those at 7 p.m. sharp. But before that, we're going to have the draft lottery. Now, we've already done that. Caleb was watching me the other night, and I'll show you all. I'll show you all right here what we got. Oh. We got it right here. I don't want to leak any of it. In this folder, we got the 2024 Wawa Cup Series draft order. We got 12 slots available. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, Caleb, what are you looking forward to tonight? Who are you looking forward to maybe seeing in this Wawa Cup Series for 2024 might sign up tonight?
Honestly, one team that I'm really looking out for is Trinity River Racing. They had a really strong run last season, especially with Seth Cole winning a couple races. And not going to say anything too much about where they're sitting for the draft, but I'd say they could probably get a solid lineup for next season.
We'll have to see. I mean, we'll have to see what Josh can pull. I mean, we'll have to see where he ends up picking. Of course, we both already kind of know where that's going, but it's gonna be very interesting to see how it ends up shaking out. Who goes where and who's gonna just even be in it too. That's the big variable as well. Now we will actually show you guys the spreadsheet that is going to show all the drivers who are part of the Wawa Cup Series, and the first 12 are going to be in the Wawa Cup Series draft, guaranteed a Wawa Cup Series ride. And then the next 10, or until 7:15, the rest are going to be in full-time HERS Sprint Series rides, and we'll have a HERS Sprint Series draft as well. We already have the HERS Sprint Series order lined up. Nathan, you're the first pick for the HERS Sprint Series. Of course, you already have a couple of great drivers on your Cup Series team, Travis Crampton and Andrew Miller. What are you guys looking forward to this season?
Well, looking for some continued momentum from last season, especially from the 98 of Crampton. Got better as the season went on, basically, and then got a few chances of some wins that coulda, shoulda, woulda late in the year, but hopefully Crampton does good, and then hopefully that 97 with Andrew Miller in it this year can be just as good or close to the 98, and who knows, maybe have two shots at the title this year.
We're going to have to see how it all ends up shaking out. It's going to be very fascinating to see how it all goes. All right, Kayla, we got some people who are already in the interview waiting room. I really didn't plan how this is going to go, but I'll let you kind of pick and choose who gets interviewed and all that, if you're okay with that. You're okay with that? Yeah. But in the meantime, I want to show you guys the order for the HERS Sprint Series draft first before we go to the Wawa Cup Series. There was no draft lottery for the HERS Sprint Series. Instead, we just had ourselves everybody line up by the amount of owners' wins that these drivers, or should I say owners, have had in the past. So let me pull it up right here. I got all different types of stuff that we're going to be showing you guys tonight as we go on. But we're excited. We're definitely excited for all of this and excited to see who gets where. But we already have 24 drivers who are lined up in rides as well. We'll talk about them throughout the night too. But let's see here if I can find the order for the HERS Sprint Series draft. Here it is. I'm not going to give away too much here. I don't want to end up doing too much, but I'm going to do it like this. I didn't really plan too well with all this here. This is definitely going to be a very loose type of live stream to go along with this. But hey, we're going to have fun tonight. We're looking forward to the Wawa Cup Series, and I'm excited to see how it all ends up going down. All right. So let me show you here what we got for the HERS HERS Sprint Series, I should say, and the order that these guys are going to be in. May not really have the best view of this because it's in a notepad, and I know this is the best way we can do it, right? Format this, make it a little larger. Here we go. Oh, that's too big. That's way too big. You know, we're really struggling over here, guys. All right, here we go. This is a good way for you to see it here. And basically all this was determined by the amount of owners wins each of these owners had. So NS Racing will be picking first once they get to that point, and these will be the 10 guys who just miss out on the Wawa Cup Series. Durrani Racing going to be picking second. Andrews Racing will be picking third. Dracoan Racing Enterprises, Triad Racing, Trackhouse Racing, Evans Ross Racing, Interestus Motor Racing, Etsy Avalon Racing, and then Hollywood Motorsports. Now, it is possible we may not have 10 guys, so it is possible some of those guys at the bottom may not necessarily have an opportunity at getting a full-time driver. Of course, Caleb, you're one of those guys who owns a team in the Hearst Sprint Series, and unfortunately, because you already have a hot seat team, I should say, for the Wawa Cup Series, you and Igor were not allowed to have a full-time driver. Maximum of 10 full-time drivers in the Sprint Series. First time we're doing that this year. Definitely going to be intriguing to see who ends up where in that regard. But we definitely want to make sure that all these guys who do sign up or attempt to sign up, at least if they miss out on the Wawa Cup Series, have an opportunity at getting a full-time ride running throughout the full season. That's why we decided to open up some of the Sprint Series rides as full-time rides this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes tonight. And at 6:45, we will announce the draft lineup for the not for the Hearst Sprint Series, for the Wawa Cup Series. We got it right here. We're doing it like this, guys. We're doing it the old-fashioned way, kind of like they do in the NBA. So I'm excited to see how it all goes down. But yeah, I mean, what are you guys looking forward to in this season? Obviously, we got 30 races. The schedule's been released for quite a while. Got the Milliola Smooth Fest 2 weeks from now. How's it all looking for you guys? I'm looking at Caleb Rose. You had Nicholas Sanbedillo almost win the Drivers' Championship. You guys think you might pull something off again?
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think we could possibly try to pull something like that off again. We got two very passionate and talented drivers behind the wheel, Nicholas Sanbedillo and Logan Williams. And honestly, I'm really excited to see, kind of like how last season, how exactly the ratings will play into effect.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the season, everything will be kind of equaled out again. We won't really have a dominating team or teams, but it's going to be interesting to see just exactly who we might get in contention for this championship and who the top teams will be as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Drew Webb in that 99 again. Of course, Igor, you're here right now. I see you in this call. You get your mic muted. I know you're looking forward to seeing if Drew Webb can repeat next year. And you got LJ Semedo again as well. And I'm excited to see what LJ Semedo can do. That's a driver who I'm looking forward to maybe finally get his first career win. But Igor, what are you guys looking at Sight and Fury Racing? You guys had an excellent season last year, especially with Drew Webb. Think you guys can repeat it?
Well, without a doubt. We obviously won the Drivers' Championship for the first time in team history. And now we're probably trying to run it back, be either with Semedo or Webb, and obviously looking to get the owner's title as well. We obviously won the double, but I think we definitely can repeat it. We had a very good 2023 season, both drivers in the chase. Obviously, Webb winning the title, Semedo finishing up there as well, almost getting his first win with his best chance probably at the Coke 600. And honestly, I think we can do it again, without a doubt.
I'm excited to see what you guys can do. All right, Caleb, let's bring someone else in here. I've exhausted you guys already with the questions. I know we got some people waiting, and I know there's definitely. Yeah, who do you guys pick? I'll let you guys do it. I'll let you guys pick. That's why you're a part of the team now. You make decisions like this. But yeah, in just a couple minutes, we're going to announce the Wawa Cup Series draft order. This is going to be very fun. Of course, we had a draft lottery, and each team had their own amount of picks based on the owners' points from last year. Of course, a couple of new teams based on of owners' wins. So we got the order right here for you. And Caleb was with me when we did all this as well. So, he can confirm that what is in here in this folder is accurate. So we're excited to reveal that. But, and yeah. We're just waiting. And, of course, the big moment at 7 p.m. when we actually open up the signups officially in the Discord. And that's going to be a lot of fun when we get that and seeing all those names pop up on that spreadsheet. It's going to be crazy, but you know what? I've done this a lot. I'm looking forward to it. We also got an interesting cup tonight, too. For those of you watching the live stream, I got this at work today. It's a light up Coca-Cola cup. It's cool.
Hey, that's cool.
I think it's neat.
Saw him in the waiting room first, so let's get Stuart Grattan in here.
No, let's get our man in here.
Oh, you
Let's
read my
get him.
mind, Caleb.
Yeah, let's get our man in here. Stuart Grattan. Hey, you guys had an excellent season last year with Matt Tuck and Justin Zidell. Got a couple of wins. And you guys picked up Ludovic Charette, replacing, I should say, Justin Zidell on your team. I know we've talked a lot about that and all those truck races that we did, but what are you looking forward to this season with Ludovic Charette and even Matt Tuck?
Well, we've got 2 drivers who finished in the top 6 in points, and that's enough excitement from that regard. So we were actually just talking in the interview in the waiting room. We were just starting up our plans for the year. So
already planning. Hey, you know what? The ratings are going to go up tomorrow, so already.
I will be there. I will be there. We will be there for that. I'm really looking forward to the year. Obviously, Ludovic won the truck championship as well, so he's got a lot of talent, and that can't be understated. So, as I said before, 2 drives in the top 6 in points. I'm really looking forward to it from that regard because they're both talented, and we've got the equipment to go out and win the championship. We think.
And of course, I think the very interesting thing, and this is what we noticed last year, is that obviously once we got to the end of the season, there were certain drivers that definitely had an advantage on others. Well, now we kind of have a bit of a basis for who we think is going to be good. Matt Tuck was good all season last year, so we expect Matt Tuck to be good. Ludovic Charette outperformed his equipment last year, so when you put him in your ride, some people are thinking that he may win the championship this year, so that's going to be very fascinating to see what you guys can do. But excited to see what Grattan Autosport does with their new driver. And this is an interesting thing. I believe it's the top 5 teams, the top 5 teams in owners' points. Of those 10 slots, 9 of them have the same driver from last year. Ludovic Charette moving into that 51 is the only different driver. So all those good teams last year, y'all kept your drivers. So we can expect all those teams to run well again in 2024. But I think the big difference between this year and last year, I think we're going to have a much stronger field in terms of the drivers and the owners as well. It's going to be very fascinating to see how it all ends up shaking out, because I think once we get to the end of the season, we're going to see a lot more drivers really go for it, and we may get more than 15 winners this year. I feel like we might go over on that, but we'll talk about that later. I think my clock here is saying 6:45. I go off of official internet time, my phone, so we'll wait to do it, but 45 seconds away. And we'll just have to see who gets this first pick here. It's going to be very interesting to see, because you have some teams in here who ran last year. So we have some new teams and some teams that they had drivers last year. They're getting swapped out. We'll have to see what those old teams end up picking once we get the driver list here in 15 minutes. I'm going to driver list, but we'll see. We'll see who gets it. But excited to see how it all goes down. I think we're ready. Are you ready, guys?
You bet.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, Caleb already knows it. None of you guys are, of course, all 4 of you guys are owners. None of you guys are actually part of this, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to finally unveil the draft order for the 2024 Wawa Cup Series. I wrote this in a Sharpie and cardstock. My mom's probably going to be on me. Oh, man, I opened it wrong. I knew I was going to do that. Man, I knew I was going to do that.
Hey, well, I can't see it, so I don't know what's
yeah. Okay,
what's
so just
going on.
don't watch the live stream. Everyone's gonna.
I'm not. I'll keep this surprise.
Hey, it's been a day. It's been a day. It snowed 4 inches. We've got a lot of snow on the ground, and it was a bit of a drive home. All right, now we're gonna officially do it. Now you didn't see
repeat
anything.
of the Charette incident.
I genuinely didn't. So we're all good.
All right, here we go. Picking 12th in the Wawa Cup Series draft. Be Rut Racing. Joe Rukowski, new owner. Of course, had some of the lowest entries right there, so he'll get whoever's the last driver available, so he really doesn't even need to be available for that last pick. But Rut Racing going to be picking in the 12th position. Picking 11th, going to be Millennium Motorsports. It's Chase Harris's team. These are the 2 new teams, essentially. Realistically, we only have 2 new teams, and these are 2 of them. Chase Harris's Millennium Motorsports did an excellent job in the Truck Series. Watch out for him this year. Picking 10th, Rut Racing again. Of course, their second slot in the Wawa Cup Series. Of course, Joe Rukowski, we'll have to see. I know Trey Bartow wanted to be part of the team. We'll see if Bartow gets in. We'll see if Bartow, if he is in, is still available once Joe Rukowski ends up picking. Picking 9th. This is our first team in this draft with only 1 slot. the Andrews Racing. Chris Andrews Racing, this is the number 69 Eris machine. This was driven by Elijah Gordon last year. Elijah not returning this year, at least we don't think he is. Did not sign up for a ride, so we'll have to see what John Andrews ends up picking up as a teammate to Zachary Fitzwater. Picking 8th, this is a team with 2 open slots, Durrani Racing. And this is definitely a team who they showed some promise last year, maybe not all the way. I feel like with a couple of solid drivers, they may get a pretty good run going on in the Wawa Cup Series this year. Oh, and they're all falling over now. All right, picking 7th is the second slot for Millennium Motorsports. Chase Harris pretty high up for a first-time team. We'll see who Chase ends up picking up, but this is definitely a team I'm watching out for. I think all these teams are going to be solid teams. All teams that are definitely going to work on the ratings every single week, so it's going to be very fascinating to see as we go along. Picking 6th, got Evans Ross Racing. Now, technically, Evans Ross Racing has the owner's points from Hamill Racing Enterprises from last year. That's why she had a lot more entries in the field. But still 2 open cars, 39 and 93. Of course, Echo was a driver last year, won twice in the 39 for Hamill Racing Enterprises. She is now an owner. Going to be very fascinating to see who she ends up picking up with that number 6 spot. Picking in the 5th position is the second entry for... Make sure that I only have one. Yep. Second entry for Durrani Racing. And it's going to be interesting to see who Durrani ends up picking up with his 2 picks right there. Picking 4th in the Wawa Cup Series draft at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight is the second slot for Evans Ross Racing.
Ooh.
And now that leaves only 2 teams left, and one of the teams has 2 slots. So we're going to have to see who gets the first one, and probably already saw who got the first one. But picking 3rd, this is the other team with 1 slot, is Hairgel Motorsports. This is going to be very interesting because Hairgel Motorsports didn't have the best season last year. I feel like Avery Alford going to be the teammate to whoever Hairgel picks. Going to be a solid pick, which leaves just 2 slots left. And how about this when Caleb and I did this on Wednesday night? Kind of surprises. How about our boy Josh Williamson getting the number 2 pick with Trinity River Racing and also the number 1 pick. So he's going to be picking whoever he wants in both of his slots. And that was a team that was very solid last year, especially with Seth Cole. Seth Cole moved on to Trackhouse Racing for this year, so 2 open slots there and a team that we know is going to be pretty solid. So it's going to be fascinating to see where Josh goes with that. I wrote this down as well. I have this written down. And for those of you who are a part of this, you have seen in the Discord, we have ourselves the Wawa Cup Series draft room. That's where you guys are going to be picking. We'll live streaming. Obviously, we're going to stay on the live stream for it, but definitely going to be fascinating to see what y'all pick. I'm excited. Now, here's the thing. If you are not available to pick, you are going to automatically get the highest driver with the amount of wins on the channel. So it's going to be organized. The 12 guys are going to be organized by the amount of wins on the channel, and whoever has the most wins. If Josh isn't available to pick, but I hope he is here tonight. I really do, because he's got the first 2 picks. I don't see him in the chat there, so we'll have to see, if our friend Josh Williamson is available. But he was aware of this. We'll have to see where he ends up going with his picks. But if not, he'll end up with the 2 drivers with the most wins on the channel. And if someone like Jesse Turner or Trey Bartow sign up, they're going to be a couple of the first ones there. And hey, if Jesse Turner or Trey Bartow or a couple of these guys who were there in the draft, I'm sure you guys would love to have them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I would wholeheartedly love to have both those guys, both very successful drivers. We know that Jesse Turner is someone that for his he's been around the block. He knows a lot of the ins and outs, and same with Trey. And there are lots of others as well, that have been around. And even though they maybe didn't participate in the Cup Series last year, they know how the ratings affect the cars and the drivers. So. I think there's a lot of intrigue as to who's going to sign up for the first 12, and then depending on if I know Josh was online a minute ago, but he's not anymore.
I'll
so
make sure he gets
fingers
online.
crossed that he gets back online. But it's certainly very interesting.
Let's get some more people in here. I mean, we can't let. I mean, we love Stuart. We love Stuart. We can't have him talk all night. We got a lot of people who are waiting in there. And hey, thank you so much for joining us, Stuart. I know it wasn't for that long.
Get Matt in.
We gotta get Matt in, and get Ladovic too. Get everyone, get the whole team in here.
Yeah,
because we gotta keep up with that Grattan Autosport propaganda, as you all's been saying.
Propaganda. We have to spread it.
You're gonna be the best team to win all 30 races. That's how it's gonna go.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. That's what's going to happen.
Well, anyways, I'm letting Josh know right now that he's got the first 2 picks because I especially want the first 2 picks to be available.
Want me to get them both in here or one at a time?
We're having some fun. We're good.
Alrighty.
And you can ask him questions too, Caleb, if you're intrigued. Because I'm going to have a lot to do going through all these different things, especially when signups go live here in 8 minutes. 8 minutes in the Discord. It's going to get very interesting, but we got a couple guys here who are already locked in. Matt Tuck, Ladovic Charette, of course. Ladovic Charette won the Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. I think currently leads in the Superstar Series right now. And then Matt Tuck, of course, solid last year.
Second, I think. Second in the Superstar.
I can't remember. The thing is, like, I record these races ahead of time. I already know who the champion is, so you all don't know that.
Yeah,
but, hey, great to have you guys in here, and
Matt.
obviously Grattan Autosport, a team that we're really looking forward to seeing last year. Of course, Matt, I know you've been talking the team up back again for a second year, but Ladovic, great to finally talk to you, and obviously Turkey Hill Truck Series champion, and you finished 6th in the Wawa Cup Series points last year. And I remember last year, right around this time, you were the last driver to sign up for the Wawa Cup Series, and you took that 61 all the way to 6th in the standings. Didn't get a win, but definitely piqued the interest of Stewart, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do this year.
Yeah, it's fun having been at Grattan Autosport. It's a good team, so I'm hyped to see what I can do. But I do think that there was a lot of luck last year that went my way, both the Truck Series and in the Cup Series. So I think I may be a bit overhyped. That's it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm the one that sees each of these
Humility,
races,
I love that.
Oh, I love it too.
Humility.
Matt, I know you're excited to get in that Celsius Crusader, that 54. And last year was an interesting season for you because you started off really good, and you kept it going, but you only got that 1 win in Auto Club. Do you think you're going to get a couple more wins this year?
Oh, I think the Celsius Crusader. I can't let Blaine Keys outwin. I can't let Blaine Keys quadruple my win total, so I gotta at least get a couple to try and chase him down, as he now holds the record for the most wins in the Celsius Crusader. But it's gonna be a fun season. I always get to drive around with the best team ever. We're just absolutely excited to really have a chance to go at a championship here. Maybe have a shot to go 1-2 in the championship. I've seen crazier things happen, but
Pacific Racing almost pulled that off last year.
Yeah, but we just suggested the fact that our team could win all 30 races. So, I think that's a very realistic possibility.
Could get all of the 10 chase pots.
We'll have to see. Hey, the thing is, though, and like I said, the ratings all reset. Ratings all reset, so y'all don't have the same ratings you did. But obviously, if you do something similar to what you did last year, you're definitely going to be up there near the end of the season. But early on is where, all these guys are going to have an opportunity at getting race victories, obviously with the Meliello Smooth Fest. Now, the first ratings tomorrow, which are going to go up, going to be 10 point aspects for the drivers and then 4 for the owners, but then it's going to go back to 4 and 1 for every week. And we're just going to do the one that's 10 and 4 instead of doing 2 before the first race. But that'll apply for the Smooth Fest. Then there'll be one that applies for Homestead. So 14 points are going to be applied to these drivers, essentially, assuming everyone does their ratings for Homestead, which is the first points paying race 3 weeks from tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But definitely excited to see what you guys can pull off. Definitely, like I said earlier on, of the 5 top teams in the Wawa Cup Series last year, you're the only team that made a change, and you put Ladovic Charette to finish 6th in points in that 51. So you guys are definitely going to be very solid. All right, we are 5 minutes away, less than 5 minutes away from this being posted here. So let me do this correctly. Let me get it set up. And Caleb may want to bring some more people in. May want to say goodbye to our Grattan Sports friends. We don't want to get too overcrowded in here and have 50 people talking and watching. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We're excited to see what you guys do this year. And, hey, the season's just around the corner, and excited to see what ends up happening.
Jack Haas going number 1.
We'll see. He's got to sign up first. He's got to sign up
Fifth one
first.
to the first spot.
Well, Josh is online now, so that's the good
Oh, well, I
news.
let him know. He got right back to me, so he'll be there. He will be there. He will be there. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Does Josh know the whole thing with Jack Haas? You know, he got voted in to that to the Superstar Series race in New Smyrna, which will be next Friday night. By the way, great race, isn't it, Caleb? We did that a couple nights ago. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, and that's why we do the Smooth Fest there.
Y'all can't miss
Such
that
a
one.
superb racetrack. All right, let me get this set up. You guys can talk away. Maybe get somebody else in here and talk some more Wawa Cup Series action, 2024.
I think.
Well, as much as it was fun to spread the propaganda, I think we better go let other people talk. But thanks for having us on.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, can't wait to win all 30 races.
Thank you for joining us.
Can't wait to win all 30 races.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's going to be good.
Excited to see what you guys can do in 2024. I think it's going to be very good with a couple of champions. I don't know. Has Matt ever won a championship on the channel? I don't think he has. He's won a lot of races before, but I don't know. He's won an owner's title. Shane Lake won the Cup Series way back. Was what was that?
That would
4
surely
years ago?
be the first time that someone's won an owners championship and won a drivers championship.
No,
surely.
we did not
That'd be
win
the
the.
first one.
We did not win the owner's title that year.
Well,
Derek
you won,
did.
Okay, so you didn't win the owner's title, but you did win the championship with Shane Lake that year. So
Generational run.
that was I mean, who
Close enough.
who remembers Hillside? Who remembers Hillside? By
Oh,
the way,
boy.
Sprint Series
Yeah.
is
Oh,
going there in May, so we're going back to Hillside this year. Ah, man. Don't mention that to Trey Bartz or Nathan Baird, but what a generational race that was.
Alrighty, I'll leave you guys to it. Have fun signing up, and yeah, we'll catch you all later.
Bye, Glenn. Split.
Bye-bye, boys.
Goodbye, Grattan Autosport.
Bye.
Jack Haas goes #1. Let's go.
We'll see you at 7:30. We will see you at 7:30.
All right. I think
Let's
I
go
know
to
exactly who to get in.
All right, let me pull this up here. Hey,
Once
we're
you
less than
get
2
it,
minutes
Never
away.
mind.
And let me open up the responses so you guys can see it yourself, so that we know we're not bluffing here when we're doing this. That's definitely a huge thing. We want to be as transparent as possible, and this right here is going to populate with names here in a moment. So we're excited to see who gets it. We got ourselves exactly 1 minute from now. And this form will go first 12 spots go to the Wawa Cup Series, and the next 10 will be her Sprint Series. If we do not have a total of 22 by 7:15, we'll close it at 7:15. But I have a good feeling that we're going to get 22 slots taken here tonight. So keep right here, right there, number 13. That'll be the last spot. Last spot in the Wawa Cup Series from what you guys are seeing there on the stream right there. So it's going to go up here in about 30 seconds. You guys are excited. Who we got in here, though? As we're about to open the signs.
Chant. Drew Webb.
Drew Webb, my man, the Wawa Cup Series champion. Hey, it's great to have you in here. I know you went away for a little bit there, but I bet you're excited to defend your Wawa Cup Series title.
Oh yeah, I am so thrilled to have another season, another shot to win another title. I was absolutely shocked to have won 6 races. I just happened to stumble upon this series, entered it, and things went the way they did. Had a couple of moments of all time along the way, but eventually it worked out. So that was extremely exciting, and I'm happy to run it back.
All right, and speaking of running it back, I don't know. We're not really running anything back. The form is up. Bruno Diacomo, Trey Barto, they are in the Wawa Cup Series. Jack Haas is the third one there, so he's going to be in the draft as well. This is nice because you guys are actually seeing it as it happens live, so you know who it is. Bernardo D'Olivier are going to be in a Cup Series ride. We got Kirsten Bell, Matt Hubert, Ace Garcia is back. That's 7. 5 more, and then we've got the Wawa Cup Series filled up. Angel Gutierrez is in a full-time ride. Bryce Egan, we got a new one there. First starter, Philip Torres has one. We got 2 more, guys. 2 more. This is crazy. I know it's crazy, but you guys are seeing this live right here. Oh, boy. This is something else right here. So we got 2 more slots. 2 more slots left. Jesse Turner's got one. Oh, man, that just made my day right there. And then Sam and Oskin with the last one right at the buzzer. So there you go. There are your 12 drivers who are going to be in the Wawa Cup Series draft. To those of you who missed out, I do greatly apologize. I know how close that can be. I know how stressful it can be. And I know you all wanted to be a part of it. But that's why we got 10 full-time slots for the Hearst Sprint Series. So continue to sign up if you want to be a part of racing action. We got 10 more slots. And that line is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there at 23. So if you want to be full-time in the Hearst Sprint Series, it'll be open until 7:15 or until we get to the 10th driver. All right. That was nice and smooth. I like that. That was nice and smooth. And, you know, we got our guys here. Of those 12 guys, Nathan, if you were picking, who would you pick number 1?
If I had a spot left, I would definitely go with Jesse Turner.
How can you not?
My second choice would be Bo, and the number 3 would be Jack Haas, the apparent fan favorite.
No, he's gonna go number 1. He's got to go number 1. Hey, you know what? I don't know what Josh is gonna do here, because this is gonna be fascinating to see who ends up getting it. But I'm intrigued to say, hey, no one signed up for the Hearst Sprint Series yet, guys. You know, if you want to be part of that, you know, it's there. Otherwise, it'll just be like it was last year, and everyone signs up for every single race. But like I said, I apologize to those of you who may have missed out. It seems like a lot of guys who I've been seeing, who I know wanted to be a part of this, seem to get a part of it again, and great to see these 12 guys get in, and especially Sam and Oskin. I would apologize to Sam personally, because there was a bit of confusion on whether or not he actually had a ride. He actually thought he had a ride, and unfortunately he didn't, because he did not have a reserve from last year. Great to see him actually get in there, but I'm excited to see how it all goes down. So yeah. Sorry, Drew. I took the fire away from you there. I know we were about to interview. That was an interesting time right there. So we got some good guys in here. You're going to be racing with Jesse Turner, Trey Barker this year. And I know you haven't been around too long. Jesse Turner won the first ever race on the channel all the way back in 2015. So he's been around a long time. And Trey Barker has been around. He was in that first race as well. Who are you excited to see of these 12 drivers?
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to see Jesse Turner. You know, I'm kind of hiding it, but I really, really want to beat Jesse Turner. I was kind of bummed out. I think I lost out to him in the Champion Superstar Series race, so that was unfortunate. But I really want to beat Jesse Turner. I really want to beat, let's see, I want to beat Jack Haas, the new guy coming in. You know, I'm thrilled to race all these guys, recognize a lot of names. But yeah, if I had to pick one, I'm so excited to see Jesse Turner here. And I've been studying up. I watched that race. I watched that season back. And I'm absolutely thrilled to see him.
That's cool. That's good. I'm glad, you know, you learned some Napa fan history. I mean, I didn't think you knew that the channel... I mean, you probably knew the channel used to be called Napa Fan way back in the day, but they weren't paying me any money, so I had to move on from that. But, wow, you know, I'm excited. I'm really excited. This right here, this set of guys, you know, we got some guys who were Sprint Series drivers last year. Bruno Diacomo, Angel Gutierrez, Philip Torres especially. Those are 3 guys who, you know, they were up front a lot, especially Torres, who won a couple races last year. So awesome to see him in. Ace Garcia's back as well. Great to see Ace back. You know, it's been a while since Ace Garcia's been full-time in the Cup Series, and, you know, great to have him running back. We're excited for Jack Haas. We're all excited for Jack Haas all of a sudden. You know, he's, you know, hasn't been in the Discord for like a week, and, you know, he's now everyone's favorite driver, but excited to see where he ends up. But, you know, of all these guys, we got 3 guys who have never made a start before on the channel, so we do have 3 true rookies. That's Kirsten Bell, Matthew Herbert, and Bryce Egan. Going to be fascinating to see what our 3 first-timers can do. Still no one for the Sprint Series. Everyone wanted the Cup Series. Everyone wanted the Cup Series there, and they're like, oh, forget the Sprint Series. Hey, we'll still have the Sprint Series. We'll have fun with it. And the owners are going to be allowed to sign up weekly for that, not for the full-time rides, but they will be allowed to sign up weekly for the Hearst Sprint Series. So I'm excited to see how it ends up shaking out, but we'll keep it open. Actually, we may go ahead and keep it open past 7:15 if no one signs up, because I want to see some full-time guys there in the Sprint Series. But definitely excited to see these 12 drivers join the 24 we already have for the 2024 Wawa Cup Series. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the draft going to be at 7:30, so we still got a lot of time left, so we're going to go ahead keep talking Wawa Cup Series action as we wait to see if anyone signs up for the Hearst Sprint Series. But Drew, thank you so much for joining us. I don't want to, you know, shoot you away too quick. We've got a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people in this interview waiting room that we want to definitely get to at some point tonight. But hey, defending Wawa Cup Series champion, good luck on defending that Wawa Cup Series title for 2024. We'll see if you get 6 wins. We'll see if that ends up happening. I'm intrigued to see what you do. But good luck on the season. I know Igor is rooting for you hard. I'm excited to see what Drew Webb can do in 2024.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Good luck, champ.
All right, I'm gonna drink some more peach tea from my Coca-Cola glass here.
Let's see.
This is a cool thing. I was gonna go to Wawa on my way home, but the way the traffic was, or not the traffic, but the way the conditions were out on the road, I'm like, nah. I'll just go home. I just want to be home right here. Home doing all this with you guys.
We got slammed again today as well. The roads are... Yeah.
Hey, I made it home. We got power. That's what counts. We got our 12 drivers for the Wawa Cup Series, so we're all good. I am intrigued, and I'm not offended by this at all. I'm intrigued that it actually just stopped right there at the line. Nathan Faden, there we go. We got ourselves a full-timer in the Her Sprint Series, Nathan Fay. Nathan, you have the first pick, so, what's your thoughts on Nathan Faden there? He's been around for a little while.
Love to see it. Could possibly have Nathan on basically the Nathan Safety Racing car. That could be interesting, but hopefully we get some more for the Sprint Series, and very much looking forward to how the Sprint Series ends up going.
It's definitely going to be a lot of fun, and I want to get some full-timers in here, so we're going to keep this open. I want to at least have 8 full-timers, but I don't want to go over 10, because I obviously want to keep the sign-ups open weekly for everybody, especially for the owners. So it's going to be fun to see some of you guys, and Igor and Caleb, you're both already owners in the Sprint Series, and actually Nathan, you are as well. All 3 of you are, but
yep.
I want to get someone in here who is an owner who doesn't have a ride in, or doesn't have a team, I should say, in the Sprint Series, and might make a few starts as a driver in the Sprint Series. I'd love to see that if we can pull someone for that.
Reggie Fogelman.
We'll see what Reggie's got. And Reggie's also an owner in the Sprint Series, too. But hey, we can always bring Reggie in. And Reggie Fogelman. Of course, I know you're excited for this season. You got a team in the Wawa Cup Series. You got a team in the Her Sprint Series as well. Obviously, you got a couple of solid drivers, Daniel Paulus Jr., and then, of course, Seth Cole. And I know you've been excited about the Her Sprint Series. I forget the order that we got here. I know I had it listed. We got
MS Racing?
6th. He's picking 6th. So we'll have to see. NS Racing going to be picking first in the Sprint Series draft here, and we got one driver for the Sprint Series. Hey, come on, guys! You can sign up. You join the Discord and do the link. Love to have you for the Sprint Series. If you're not already, of course, in the Cup Series. I don't know. Is Reggie there? Hello, Reggie.
I believe so.
You still
said
muted.
something. He said that. He said me basically, and then muted again.
It's all good. Well, he'll be ready when he's ready.
We could probably get another owner in here if we wanted to.
Yeah, we get someone else. Who we got? I mean, we got a lot of people in there. So
There we go.
yeah, and to everyone who is waiting, I know there's a lot of people waiting. If we don't get to everyone tonight, no hard feelings. Blame Caleb. He's the one pulling everybody.
How about our Trinity River Racing owner?
Hey, now here we go. This has definitely got to want to interview before, and we got ourselves Josh Williamson, owner of Trinity River Racing. You have the first 2. You got the first 2 picks in the Wawa Cup Series draft. I don't want to ask you who you're looking at because I want it to kind of be a surprise, but maybe it's like a Victor Wembanyama situation where we kind of all know who's going number 1. I don't know. Who are you leaning towards here? You got until 7:30 to decide. You got 2 open slots, and you got a solid team. What direction do you think you're going to be going in?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really fully decided on that yet. Obviously, we still got some time to decide before we ultimately have to go and make that pick. But I'm not gonna name any names right now, but I definitely have some folks in mind that have already signed up.
We'll have to see who you end up picking. Of course, last season you had Trey Wright and Seth Cole. Trey right now returning this year, unfortunately, but we do have Seth Cole back at Trackhouse Racing. Obviously, it's just a video game. At the end of the day, we treat it as such. But did you kind of feel bad that Seth Cole left your team after last year?
Well, yeah, he was the only one in the win column that TRR had last year, and luckily enough, I guess, fittingly enough, and it made me really happy. I was on the call for that race, and he got it at my favorite racetrack at Darlington Raceway. So
also won
that
the
was really awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
And that'll be at IRP this year. That's going to be fascinating.
Definitely looking forward to this year's festivities. That's not coming back, but we're looking forward to 2024 regardless.
Mm-hmm. And you got first dibs on these 12 drivers. So I know you guys are definitely going to pick up some solid talent, I should say. We're going to have a lot of fun with what you've got. And you have a great team. Obviously, you had some of the most draft picks. You actually had the number one likelihood of getting the number one pick because you had the highest amount of entries. Total of 21 between your two cars. And, of course, you had the best car that didn't have the returning driver in the 82, and that's 82 is why you had 12 entries. And you had 9 entries with Trey Wright's 28. And you got the first 2 picks with all that, too. So congratulations on that. But I'm excited to see what you can do. And great to hear you. I hope you're doing well, Josh. It's been a while. I know you called a lot of the races early last year. I want to get you back in the booth if possible for some of these Wawa Cup Series races. And, I hope you're doing well.
Absolutely. I'm happy to say that for the most part, everything's been going all right. I'm adjusting to a new university and a new major. Compared to what I was doing. I'm doing meteorology as opposed to broadcasting now, but I'm happy to say that I'm enjoying myself so far. Last semester was a bit of a struggle, going from basically just going from a broadcasting course to meteorology, just a science. I don't even need to explain how drastic of a change that is. I mean, it had been 2 years since I'd taken a math class, so it's a bit hard to relearn stuff that you haven't had practice in a while, but, making it work for the most part. And, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. Everything's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? When you graduate college, it's a great feeling. Trust me. I'm pulling for you, and good luck on all your studies there.
Thank you.
And hey, good luck on this Wawa Cup Series season as well. I know you're going to have some good drivers. I know you know how to pick from this, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
So.
Seeing what you
Best of luck to everybody else as well.
That's Josh Williamson, owner of Trinity River Racing, with the first 2 picks in the Wawa Cup Series draft. You see the 12 drivers there above the line who are in the Wawa Cup Series draft, so all 12 will be in a full-time ride regardless. That is a guarantee. We got another driver, a new first-timer there, Baltazar Steep there in, we don't know what number they're going to be in yet, but glad to have another driver in the Hearst Sprint Series. Got to get some more guys for the Sprint Series. We got to make Sprint Series night in America worth something here, guys. Gotta do that.
Yes.
Come on, let's go.
True.
Come on. So if you're watching, get in the Discord, sign up if you want a full-time ride. If you don't have one already, where's Skylar at? Where are they at?
I want as many options as possible for my number one pick. I want as many options as possible.
Exactly. And we got up to 10 for all that, so we'll get to that point. Let's see who else we get in here. I like to get Echo possibly. If Reggie's here, obviously you want to make sure we get the Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie told me that when I got him in here, he had to go do something real quick, but he said he was back, so I'll get him back in here, and then maybe get Echo in here as well. Get some team owners up in here.
We do have Echo. I don't think she's got her audio on though. She might not be currently. There we go. We got Echo in here, and Echo, you got 2 picks as well. You see the drivers who are there. I'm not going to ask you, just like with Josh, I'm not going to ask you who you think you're going to pick, but you got some ideas for when it's time to pick for this Wawa Cup Series draft?
I have a couple, yeah.
Definitely going to be interesting to see who ends up in your team. And I'm intrigued to see how well your team ends up doing, because you were a great driver last year, especially on the road courses there with Hamill Racing Enterprises. And then moving on to a team owner, and you did a great job in the Truck Series as well. I think both of your drivers in the Truck Series ended up winning at one point. Logan Williams and Thomas Droxel, so you guys had a great team there in trucks. And I have a good feeling that whoever you end up picking, as long as they know to do their ratings well, and I know you're going to do your ratings well, I think you guys are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in the 2024 season.
Yeah, no, last year was pretty good. Obviously didn't make the chase or whatever it's called, but still a good year. Got a couple wins, and I think that's good experience for being able to bring this to a team ownership role. I think I do have an idea for a pick.
By the way, sorry to interrupt there.
That's fine.
Get excited when we get a driver now.
Yes. We do have a. I think we'll be pretty good. I don't think we'll come out and be world beaters immediately, but to be fair, that's not really the goal right now. So, yeah, I mean, just gonna play it as it is right now, see where it goes, and just have fun from there.
And that's all it really amounts to, is having fun. And hey, we have a lot of fun doing this. Hope you have a lot of fun with doing it too, Echo, and everyone involved, of course. But excited to see what you guys can do. I'm excited to see who you end up picking. The draft is going to be a lot of fun when we get that here in just a moment. But we got ourselves, what we got here? We got 13 minutes before the draft starts. And, of course, those owners who are in that, actually all the owners are in that room, but the owners who are going to be picking, I'm sure you're all formulating your plan with your draft order, seeing who's available and what you can do. But we got some good names in here, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing who ends up getting it. And we're going to go ahead, since we don't have as many cars or many drivers in the Sprint Series. We're going to keep this open until at least 7:30 here, because obviously we want to get at least 8 guys for the Sprint Series full time, kind of make it a little interesting over there. But either way, Echo, good luck on the season. Good luck with your 2 drivers, whoever they might be. Great to have you on board as well, and hey, hope to have you in the booth for a few Wawa Cup Series races as well this year too. Love having you in the booth, and definitely excited to see what your team does.
Yeah, I'd be glad to be in the booth. I don't know how often, but it doesn't really matter how often, as long as we're having fun, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all we're doing. We're having fun. I gotta say, I enjoy doing all this for all you guys. It's a lot of fun doing this. I've been looking forward to this night for so long. It's definitely been something on my mind for a while, because I enjoy doing it so much. And hey, you know what? We're gonna have fun seeing who ends up where. Hey, we're looking forward to the next season. And 2 weeks from now, we got the Smooth Fest, and I'm looking forward to that. Especially Caleb, after we did that Superstar Series race, which you guys will see next week. Mm-hmm. You know what's up when it comes to New Smyrna Speedway. That's definitely a great track. A great track. Brandon Nelson, Chris Reynolds here now. We got Santiago Labarito. My apologies if I'm messing the name up. We'll get it right eventually. So we got 6 guys now who are in those slots. We'll keep it until 10 or until 7:30, whichever comes first here. So we got some guys who are going to be in the Sprint Series full time, and I'm excited to see. And Nathan, now you're starting to get some guys here. So who do you think's going to end up in those slots possibly? Who do you think? I'm not going to you get to that at 8 o'clock, of course, or whenever the Wawa Cup Series draft is done. But you're getting some names in there. You're starting to formulate some ideas for your first pick.
Possibly. To anyone that's not signed up for the Sprint Series, I'm just going to say, since I do have the first pick in the Sprint Series, if I select you, you get a imaginary Powerade and a imaginary JBL headset. So there's some incentive. But hopefully we can get some more drivers for the Sprint Series, and hopefully we make it work out.
Mm-hmm. We're going to see how it all ends up shaking out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now we got 7 guys. Juan Romero. I'm going to just say Juan Romero for now, just to keep it simple. But we got some more guys kind of popping in here, and like I said, once we get to that 10th slot, we will close that up. But hey, we got the Wawa Cup Series and the draft coming up here very shortly. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing how this all ends up shaking out. I'm getting the wins list open here, just in case we have a couple guys who aren't available. Everyone will have 5 minutes to pick their driver, and if they don't pick within that 5-minute time slot, we'll automatically get the driver with the most wins on the channel. Of course, Turner and Bartow are ahead of everybody else on this list. I'm gonna have to organize this somehow, because you got Ozkin, you got Torres in there. They both have decent amount of wins. Ace Garcia might actually be third in the line, I think, with all of this. Gutierrez has a couple wins. Hey, Gutierrez has won the Indy 250 before, so definitely a driver I'm intrigued to see in the Cup Series next year. Yeah, we're excited. And Caleb, you're sitting here, and I guess same with you, Igor, because both of you guys, you have your team all set up. You don't even have a Sprint Series full-time ride, so if you two, and I'm going to ask you two since you don't have the pick, if you two were in position, and I think I asked Nathan this already, if you two were in the position, who would you end up picking first in the Wawa Cup Series draft?
Honestly, I think I would like to go with someone that was experienced, like Jesse Turner. Very, very long-time veteran on the channel. He definitely knows how to get it done, but you've also got some other drivers who have made a name for themselves, like Bruno Diacomo. He had a very solid season last season in the Truck Series. Won a couple races and unfortunately kind of fell behind towards the end of the season, but he was pretty quick, honestly, in a lot of races, and I think he'd be a pretty good fit for a ride.
I absolutely do think so. He had a good, solid run. I'm actually looking at Diacomo possibly being a guy Hairgel picks for his ride because, Diacomo does have that relationship with Hairgel Motorsports. They definitely had a good opportunity last year to have a good season. It kind of fell apart a little bit at the end. But no, I'm intrigued to see. If that ends up happening for those guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. But hey, we're just going to have to see. We're going to find out here in a few minutes. Maybe get somebody else in here.
I think Reggie's finally ready, so
Reggie's finally ready. Boy, Reggie.
The time's strong for Reggie.
There we go.
And Reggie's here. He still isn't doesn't have his audio on, so maybe he doesn't realize he's in here yet. I don't know. But either way, I'm in the process of getting all these names sorted here and figure out how many wins. There's Reggie. Finally, we got you. Of course, you don't have, or you do actually have a pick. We got 7 guys now, and I think you had the 6th pick, so you're guaranteed a full-time ride in the Hearst Sprint Series, so you got that. But what are you looking forward to with your team next year with Seth Cole and Daniel Paulus Jr.? You got a solid group of guys there at Trackhouse Racing.
I would just say that I told Seth and I told Paulus that we need to win this season to go up on what we did last year. So make it more consistent than what it was last year.
And I definitely think with Seth Cole, you're going to get a pretty decent amount of consistency there. Obviously, we had Josh in here a while ago, and he had Seth Cole last year. Got a won the Winter Showdown as well. So Seth Cole's definitely a guy that I'm looking forward to on your team. I think you guys are going to have a lot of success with him. And I'm intrigued to see what Daniel Paulus Jr. does as well. I feel like he was at a team that didn't quite have the proper resources that he needed. He showed a couple flashes of brilliance, but didn't have a good season. But definitely a guy who I'm looking to improve, and I definitely think your team definitely a step up from where he was last year. So I'm excited to see what you end up with and see who you end up picking for the Hearst Sprint Series as well. We still got 3 slots that are still available, but you're guaranteed a full-time ride, and I'm sure you've seen the 7 names that we got so far. Who are you possibly interested in picking in the Hearst Sprint Series full-time?
I haven't looked. I actually walked away a while ago, but I can see it here.
You'll see him once we get to it.
Yeah.
Well, either way, good to have you, Reggie. I'm excited to see what Trackhouse Racing does in 2024. One of the many teams returning in the Wawa Cup Series. So definitely a team that's going to have a lot of experience going forward, and we're just going to have to see how it all ends up shaking out for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun over there. But great to have you, Reggie. Have a great night, and good luck on the 2024 season with Seth Cole and Daniel Paulus Jr.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Reggie Fogelman there. We still got a lot of other guys who are in here who haven't been interviewed yet. So I'll let Caleb kind of pick it all out. But hey, we're about 5 minutes away, less than 5 minutes away from the Wawa Cup Series draft, and Josh Williamson picking these first 2 drivers. And I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see. In the meantime, we got Anthony McClure. That's a pretty big name in Inter 2003, going to be in the Sprint Series. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We got an interesting group of guys right there. We got some new names right there. You got Baltazar Steep there, Santiago Labarito, and then Juan Romero there, first timers. But then you got some guys who are definitely veterans. Chris Reynolds, Nathan Faden, Dylan Matthews. She has a lot of experience as well. Actually made the chase last year in the Wawa Cup Series. The only downside for the Sprint Series is it's not a rating series. So these guys, while they'll be in every single race of the season, they're not actually going to have an advantage like the guys will in the Wawa Cup Series, because Caleb, you might end up doing a couple of these races for me. We'll work that out behind the scenes, though. But you also got the Haas IndyCar Series coming up, and there's a couple of these guys who are going to be full-time in the Wawa Cup Series next year. I'm sure you're excited to pull that off, Caleb, and looking forward to it. First race at Homestead, same week, or actually the day before the Wawa 400 there at Homestead Miami Speedway. So the Hers Sprint Series, Haas. We got Hers, we got Haas, we got Wawa, we got so many different names. The Hers Sprint Haas IndyCar Series. My brain is racing right now. There's so many things going on. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what you do. Obviously, I'll still be doing the Indy 250, but I know you're looking forward to doing that this year.
Let's see. Before we get the draft underway, let's get a couple of guys who are in the draft in here.
There we go. We got Bernardo D'Oliveira. My apologies. And Matthew Hubert there. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name. Like I said, my mind's racing. I said it 5 minutes ago. But both of you guys are kind of relatively new guys. So, maybe some of these owners might not necessarily want to pick you. But, Bernardo, I'm going to start with you first. Try to convince some of these owners to pick you first here tonight in this Wawa Cup Series draft. If you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay to be humble.
Bernardo?
Maybe some technical difficulties. Maybe that happens. Hey, Christian Master going to be in the Sprint Series there. And Master was a guy, actually finished, I think, 14th in points in the Wawa Cup Series, but didn't hit the quota. I don't think he did his ratings during the chase, unfortunately, which is why he didn't end up with a ride going forward, or with a reserve at least going forward. So that allows one more slot, and once we get that one more slot, or hit 730, whichever one comes first, we'll close the signups and we'll be good to go. And of course, if you missed out, weekly signups starting next Wednesday for the Hers Sprint Series. Every Wednesday night we got signups for the next race, so we're excited to see how it all goes down in that regard. Well, I'll ask you, Matthew. I think you're on as well. For these guys who may not necessarily pick you because you've never made a start on... Actually, I think you have. You might have made a start on the channel before. It may have been on Caleb's race. I don't know if you've done a race that I've done, but what would you do to convince some of these owners to pick you first in this Wawa Cup Series draft? And neither of them are talking. They're a little shy. There we go.
There we go.
So, hello there.
Hi.
So, previously on the PSLR series, knowing how I had moments of promise last season driving the Time Fury racing car,
It was a good team to
almost
be on.
got 3 wins last season, and well, sorry, I'm a bit startling.
It's alright.
Okay.
We're all chill. We're all having fun. That's what counts.
Yeah.
So we got, I think, I'm looking at it right here. So we got four guys who haven't won a race before, who are in this selection here. So it's going to be interesting. Of course, Joe Rakowski's got a couple of those last spots right there. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all ends up shaking out. Josh could pull a fast one on us here, and maybe sign you. That would be cool. But the good thing for you, Nathan, Matthew. Good thing for you, Matthew and Bernardo. You both locked into a spot regardless, and that's the thing about this format that we're doing here. I want to make sure you guys are locked into a spot. So, regardless of what team you guys end up on, I think all these teams are going to be very solid, and you're going to have a good season regardless, as long as you keep up with the ratings. And like I said, first ratings going up tomorrow. Going to be interesting to see how all that shakes up. I'm going to be the only one that sees that. So it's going to be fascinating to see how it all works out. But excited to have you guys on board for this Wawa Cup Series season. It's going to be good. Hey, Wawa Cup Series draft time. Well, let's do it here. We're gonna open this up. Josh, your 12 drivers. I'm gonna actually. He's probably listening to the live stream. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. But Josh, you're up. I didn't say that right. You are up. I don't know how to type properly, but we'll see where Josh ends up picking here. And obviously, of course, let us know which number you end up picking as well. But we'll see what Josh does here. This is going to be fascinating. And what's so funny? Who did that?
No, that was me. I was trying to do a drum roll for the
That's
first
not a drum
pick.
roll. I didn't make a joke. What a surprise there. So Jesse Turner going to Trinity River Racing.
It is.
Not a surprise. What about Jesse Turner? I mean, back in the Wawa Cup, back in the Cup Series. I mean, this. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. We got Turner, we got Bartow, we got Fitzwater, and we got Samadillo all in it. Fitzwater, Turner, Samadillo, especially. Those are the three winningest drivers on the channel. So we'll see where he ends up going, which number he ends up going in here. We've got 9 guys for the Her Sprint Series that are going to be full-time, so the Her Sprint Series signups are officially closed now. Thank you to everyone who signed up there. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to write this down real quick so we know the specific slot that he's going. Actually, is it going to be the 28 or the 82? And, Bernardo, or Bruno Diacomo. Not Bernardo. Bruno Diacomo. So we got Jesse Turner and Bruno Diacomo. All right.
That
Okay.
yeah, pretty solid team.
That's a good pick. You kind of stole him there. Which numbers? So we got Jesse Turner and Bruno Diacomo as teammates. That's going to be a very, very fascinating combination because Diacomo had a very solid year in his first full-time season in the Truck Series last year. I mean, Turner's Turner. We talk up Turner enough. But those guys, those going to be solid. So Bruno's going to be in the 28. And then Jesse is going to be in the 82. So Bruno Diacomo pairing up with one of the greatest drivers in NR 2003 offline, Jesse Turner. So that's going to be pretty solid. All right, Hairgel is next. He's got the third pick here in the draft, and he knows what's up.
He's only typing, so I'll see what.
Here we go.
The third pick. Oh boy, I think I know where he's going to go with this one. I do. He's really driving it in there. Trey Bartow. I knew it. I knew he was going to go with Bartow. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew he was going to do it. So now I'm intrigued to see if Avery Alford is going to switch the number. Because Bartow, first 9 seasons of the Cup Series back in the day, Bartow was in the 4. Maybe Avery, if you're watching, maybe I haven't seen the chat in a hot second here. I apologize for that. Maybe you switch from my man Trey Bartow. Bartow's always been in the number 4. We'll have to see. So Trey Bartow, at least for now, placeholder going to be in the 52. And that's a solid pick there, Harrisville Motorsports. I think that's going to go pretty well right there. All right, our next team, Echo Evans Ross. And we'll go ahead and get the list of drivers here who are still available for you as well.
Been kind of falling a little bit, and I think I have a pretty good idea of where this one's going to go.
I think I do too. I think I know. I think I know where this one is going to end up going. Of course, fitting that Jesse was the first pick in the draft. I think that's Kirsten Bell. I kind of felt that one was where that one was going there. So Kirsten Bell. Of course, we got the 39 and the 93. So which number are we going with that? We'll see which number so we can fill it in correctly here. Next in line is going to be Ryan Durrani, 93 going to Kirsten Bell. And we'll see what they all pull off there at that team. All right, Durrani is next. And Ryan's got 2 cars as well. See where he ends up going with who he ends up picking right here. Hey, dude, Ryan, just relax. It's all right. Don't need to freak out over it. It ain't that complicated. There are your 8 drivers that you can pick from right there. A couple of solid picks right there, no doubt about it. We'll see where Ryan ends up filing in here with these 8 guys. What do we got here? You got the clap sound ready. I don't know how to do that. I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to Discord, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to engage that. We got a soundboard apparently. When did that happen?
Sometime last year. It's somewhat new. Some interesting samples, to say the least.
Suspense.
pick is
You
in.
regret this
Come
moment.
on.
Why do you regret it?
Come on, Ryan.
Come on, dude. It's all good. We love you.
Believe it's a great pick.
There's some great picks there. Oh, I think I know where this is going. I think I know. We'll see if I'm right about this.
Well.
We'll see if I'm right about this. I'm not going to say it. Speak it into existence. Think it into existence here. I mean, you're really driving it. Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I love this. I love you just keep on, like, building it and building it and building it. Like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, my gosh. This is fun. This is fun. All right. Who you got? Who you got here? Bernardo D'Oliveira. I think that's a good pick. I think that's a really good pick right there.
I agree.
I'm intrigued to see which number.
And I will say this: it's also Brazilian, so definitely bringing something.
I know you love to have him, Igor, but you got two solid guys already. We'll have to see. But yeah,
exactly.
D'Oliveira, and you remember I will not forget the first race he was in. It was a Sprint Series race at Kansas. Almost beat Joe Rutkowski in his first ever start. And then won a couple of your races, Caleb. I know he won a discontinued energy drink brand Pro Series race.
Whoops.
So the Olivier in the 57, the Lowe's machine. Solid pick right there, I think.
I guess kind of a cool part about it was
so Echo's got the next pick here.
Got it for Dracoan Racing too, which did not had a really good season at all.
I don't know why you're so like, bro. You just relax. You made a good pick right there.
Solid pick, Ray.
Yeah.
Honestly, really, all these guys are really good picks.
All right, Echo Evans Ross is back up again with her second pick of the night. That's 7 drivers left in the running here. We'll see who gets it. We'll see who Echo slots in that 39 machine. Some solid drivers there on that list still, and Jack Haas.
Jack Haas.
There we go.
Let's go.
Wasn't the number one pick, but you know what? We'll take it right there. Jack Haas in that 39, and I think that's an interesting team right there. Because those are 2 guys. Jack Haas has made like 2 starts. Kirsten Mills never even made a start before in their career here on the channel, at least, but could have another Drew Webb situation. I'm just saying. Next in line, Millennium Motorsports, Chase Harris.
Oh, here we go.
And this is one of our new teams right here. And kudos to all you guys, all your owners, all these owners for being available.
Chase had a team in 12th last season, right?
And
I think he was pretty good.
I don't think he won a race. He had Joe Rutkowski and Philip Torres. So Philip's still on this list here. It's a good chance, because of that relationship. Chase might pick Philip to be a full-time driver for his team there. Philip, obviously a solid driver. Actually won 3 times in the Sprint Series last year. So solid pick right there for him. No doubt about it. I'm intrigued to see. Who gets it. Ace Garcia. That's a solid one. Ace Garcia going to the 44, so that leaves 5 more, and Ryan is back up again for his second pick. So this is going to be interesting. This has worked out very smoothly, by the way. I was a little concerned at how it would end up working out, but having the private room of just the owners, eliminates all the other people talking. And I go, dude, Ryan, relax. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Ryan. No problem.
So of these 5, I mean, we got 2 guys who have never made a start before, and then we got 3 guys who were in the Sprint Series last year. We still got Oskin, by the way. Oskin almost won the Sprint Series title last year, and keep that in mind. He's definitely a driver who I'm looking forward to.
And you can't forget as well, he won at the Cup Series in Dover as well.
Exactly. Caleb, you got the credit of that owner win. I remember that. Like I said, it's a shame the way Oskin lost the title last year. And then obviously the confusion there, but I'm very glad, as I said, that he ended up getting a ride. That's definitely, a big deal. because like I said, I know he was really hoping to get a ride, and was thinking he was going to be in the 18, but that obviously going to Tanner Parton. Hey, Ryan, we gotta see what you get here for your second pick here. Definitely some solid guys still on here. Oh, excuse me, still some solid guys on here. I'm intrigued to see what he does. I'm intrigued to see what he does here. He's typing.
Oh, the suspense.
Don't worry, man. Take your time. I'll give you some time here. Don't worry.
No problem.
Hard decision. If you want to default, the driver with the most wins, that would be Sam Odoskin. And then Philip Torres, Angels Gutierrez in that order. If you wanted the default like that. Totally up to you. Couldn't decide who? You couldn't. Just randomize it, dude. It's not that hard. Making too much of a big deal out of it. I don't know. Who should he pick, guys? Who should he pick? I see Nathan. Come on, Nathan, encourage him.
I'll say Oskin for out of the 5. It's who I prefer. Obviously, he ran for my team and all that, so I know the guy. But yeah, Nathan as well.
I mean, yeah, especially after Dover, I'd probably have to go with Oskin as well. But that's all those drivers are. I mean, you still have a lot of very good picks out there. Honestly, everybody's still a pretty good pick at this point.
Exactly.
It's going to be very interesting to see how it ends up shaking out. Because he needs to pick a driver here. And I want him to pick someone. Yeah, put 5 names on the wheel and spin it. Come on, it's all good. No, obviously, if you default, like I said, if you default to the driver, you don't have time. I'm giving you time. We're all trying to encourage him here.
I'm debating about making a wheel for him if he wants me to.
Boy, see, I don't want to make the decision for him, but I did also say 5 minutes, so we might go ahead and give him Oskin here. I don't know, moderators, what do you say?
Yeah, for me, I think it's Taylor Oskin. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll let him see.
We'll
See if he chooses here. See if he chooses here. You're having a crisis, dude. It's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. It's all good. It's all good, dude. Don't just relax. And Jack was saying, pick Jack Haas again for the memes. He should do that. Too bad Jack Haas still isn't available. You know, you go ahead and pick him. That's the ultimate pick right there.
Jack cost 1, Jack cost 2. Boom.
And you're gonna have a solid team too. So I'm letting you, I'm giving you time. I'm giving you some extra time. I don't want to make it hard on you. I don't. Oh boy, I feel bad. Yeah, you can take his time. It's all good. You know, we got most of them here. You know, we'll make sure everyone gets a slot. Doesn't have to be that hard. Maybe he's not watching the stream too, and maybe not be hearing what I'm saying either. So,
yeah, possibly.
Travis is in a iRacing Daytona in 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I was in the voice call with his team earlier. It's not in the actual session, but overall for like how many teams signed up. There's like almost 1,000 teams that signed up.
Let's go, Travis, one of our moderators in the server.
Best of luck. Go get him.
All rooting for our guy Travis. I know you're rooting for your guy Travis, Nathan, driving for your team. That's
maybe a little bit.
Fun for you. Hey, in the meantime, why don't we get some more people in here, interview some different guys, and talk some more Wawa Cup Series here. What number is Trey Barto? Who wants to tell Trey Barto what number he is?
Oh boy. Number 52, yeah.
Number 52. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he gets swapped over. He might not. We might keep him in the 52. Alfred, I know, really wanted to be in that 4, so. And he's missing. All right, the pick is in. Hey, let's go, Ryan. Let's go. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you.
And you go for the suspense as well.
Suspense.
The suspense. Who is it going to be? Salmon
Love
Oskin.
it.
There
Salmon
we go.
Oskin.
All right.
There we go.
You got a good pick right there. Salmon Oskin. Going to be in the
Amazing
73.
pick.
That's going to be a solid team right there, Duran Racing. I feel like all these teams are going to be solid. All right, John Andrews is next. I don't know if my man John Andrews is online right now, actually. So
Ryan, don't feel bad about yourself, man. You made a great pick.
I don't get what's so drastic about it. You got a good team there. Hey, you did it. You got through it. We're proud of you, man. All right, let's see if he's on. I'm actually going to ping him here. I don't know. Let's see here. If he is on, I'll give him the opportunity to pick. He's got 4 drivers left here. And the default pick, if he does not end up responding within 5-10 minutes or so, is going to be Philip Torres, who has more wins than Gutierrez and, of course, Bryce Egan and Matthew Hubert. Neither of them have even made a start before on the channel, so we'll have to see if he's available. The pick, he might not be, but it's all good. But yeah, Caleb, get someone else in here, man. We haven't had a different guy in here in a second, so let's talk some more Wawa Cup Series action with someone new.
I have an idea, Caleb.
You always have.
How about we get Justin Seidel, possibly?
My man
maybe.
Justin.
Funny you say that. That's who I was hovering over.
My man Justin.
Let's get our Wawa Cup Series driver and Christmas Eve Showdown winner in here.
Christmas Eve Showdown winner Justin Seidel. My man Justin. Oh, wait, he left.
Oh.
Did he not want to? What are you doing in there if you don't want to be part of it? Oh man, you disappoint me. I definitely wanted to talk to Justin. It has been since the Indy 500 since I've talked to Justin. So, oh boy. Now we'll get him. We'll get him eventually. He's here. There's John. John is here. Who we got?
All right.
Hey, let's go.
See who John ends up picking. He's got 4 drivers to pick from for the number 69 machine. See where John goes with. I know John's got Zachary Fitzwater. Pretty solid ride right there. We'll have to see who he ends up selecting. He's on the clock.
See, after the pit, might try and get Seidel back in here. What is Andrews gonna get?
Of course, John Andrews has been around for a long time as well. He knows what he's doing, so that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I feel like he's going to have a much better year this year, too, having Fitzwater on the team. Hey, Fitzwater, remember what Fitzwater had to go through last year, guys? Oh, boy, you remember that? Oh, man, poor Fitzy.
And Laura.
Oh, Q-Sound, all right. The ninth pick.
Q-Sound.
What you got? John?
I've got the joke drum riff, but I don't have a drum roll.
Yeah, what's that? What's that one?
That's
the draft sound.
That's the draft
yeah,
sound.
the draft sound.
That's the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, okay, here we go. This is going
Bryce
to be
Egan.
Bryce Egan. All right, we'll take it. Yeah, congratulations to Bryce being teammates with Zachary Fitzwater. Big deal right there. All right, we finally gotten to our man Joe Rutt. Joe Rutkowski. We all love Joe, don't we? We all love Joe. It's a shame Joe didn't get Trey Bartow and Jack Haas. I'm pretty sure that would have been his ideal selection. But yeah, Bartow's still on a good team, though, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can't complain about that. No doubt about it. All right, so still got Philip Torres, Angel Gutierrez, and Matthew Hubert here, who are the 3 guys still ready to go. And then Chase will pick in the 11th spot, and then Joe gets whoever Chase doesn't pick. So we'll have to see where everyone slots in. I'm pretty sure Rutt Racing's going to be Cell Team. I know Millennium Motorsport's going to be Cell Team. So these guys here are going to be on good teams this year, no doubt about it. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all ends up shaking out. Who ends up going where here? Joe's got the next pick here. I mean, I would love to have Joe in here if he was welcome. I'd love to have Justin back. They're trying to get Justin back in here.
Did I get him in here for everybody?
Well, they tried to. We tried to. There we go. He's back.
There we go.
Better than ever. Justin. Hopefully. Oh.
He's back again.
Oh man. I hope he's not. I know he said he wanted to be in, so I know he's not. There we go. 3 times a charm. You got us, Justin? No.
Nope.
Philip Torres, by the way, going over. Got the golf clap going on. Which number? Oh, to the 20. Never mind. I wasn't reading there. Philip Torres. All right, I'm gonna
turn owner and driver.
I know that Chase knows what he's doing here. Decide the fate. Of course, both Matthew Hubert and Angel Gutierrez will be in Rise regardless here. So we'll see which direction Chase goes in with his pick right here.
He's going to Millennium and he's going to Rutt Racing.
He decides. Chase gets to decide who Joe gets. Basically, that's kind of the funny thing about this. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he ends up with here. Angel Gutierrez.
Ooh, interesting.
There we go. And you know what? That's a solid team right there, Millennium Motorsports. And then Matthew Hubert with the last pick. It's all good. Guess who was last year? Ludovic Charette, 6th in the point standings. So we got our list, guys. We got every car filled up for the Wawa Cup Series 2024. The number 0, that does it. Series draft. All right. All right. Everyone was there to pick too. That was awesome. So now we have it all laid out. Who do y'all think's gonna go where here? How's this season gonna play out with all these guys? So let's actually make this a touch smaller here.
This is going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
This is going to be really, really interesting.
Got a nice mix of Cup Series veterans. Got a nice mix of drivers coming from lower tier divisions, and we also got a couple completers as well. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting season. Either way you slice it.
Sorry, I'm laughing about what Joe Wachowski.
So of these teams, and I'm sorry, of some of these teams, who do you think realistically has the best shot at winning the championship? I'm curious, and obviously I know you guys, have a little bit of a stake in all of this as well, but who's got it? Who's got the best combination here?
Minus my team of Venice Racing, I honestly, the two teams I have my eye on is probably Appalachian Motorsports and Glass and Autosport. I know, pretty obvious, but might have to watch out for Chase Harris's team, though, for being one of the new teams in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I definitely would watch out for Millennium Motorsports as well. That's going to be a solid one. Trinity River Racing's got a stacked lineup as well. I'm excited to see Turner back, Trey Bartow back full time. We've got them all. It's going to be a great season, no doubt about it, with all these guys. And what about you, Caleb? I know you got a solid team. You guys definitely knew what you were doing last year, but not your team. Who do you think's another team that's going to have a good shot this year?
Oh yeah, like I said, we've of course got a lot of the teams that ran well last season. Definitely want to keep an eye on Titan Fury Racing coming off of a drivers' championship for last season, as well as Pacific Racing coming off a really good run last season. But some other teams you might want to watch out for was, honestly, I think NS Racing. I think they got a lot of momentum coming into this after coming off a drivers' championship in the Rowdy Energy Pro Series. And then, honestly, I'd keep an eye out for teams like Trinity River Racing and Evans Ross Racing. They've got some very, very solid driver lineups behind them. And honestly, I'd be looking out to see how good they do.
Definitely intrigued to see. So I'm going to say this. We got the Sprint Series draft about to come here. And I'm a nice guy here. We had one more entry into the list for number 10. Skylar Taylor. We couldn't exclude Skylar out. They were definitely one of the top drivers last year in the Sprint Series, so we're going to make sure Taylor gets. So that brings it to 10 full-time drivers. So each of the 10 teams who do not have a hot seat ride in the Wawa Cup Series are going to be selecting here. We'll get to this here in a second. That we finally got our man Justin. We do.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
We got him. We got him. There's my man Justin. Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm doing good. I'm sorry
good.
about that. I didn't know how that was working.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, hey, great to hear from you, man. I don't think I've talked to you since Indy 500. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
But, hey, you're driving, and we haven't even mentioned Racing Motorsports yet. I'll watch out for you guys this year. You guys are going to have a solid year. Aaron Abel, your team owner. Blaine Keys, your teammate. Blaine Keys bookended the year last year, defending winner of the Smooth Fest. You got the winner Road America last year. What you looking for this year in the Wawa Cup Series in your second run?
I think I'm just looking forward to the new season, the new team, moving over from Grand Autosport to this new team racing, motorsports and that. I'm looking forward to being teammates with Blaine Keys as well. He's also a really good driver. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, new team, new environment. I mean, things could be different. I'm looking forward to the new season.
And of course, you had a relatively good year with Grand Autosport last year, but only the one win and fell 20th in points. Do you think you're going to end up a little bit higher in the points this year than you did last year?
I hope so. I mean, I'm looking forward to see what happens. I mean, I think with this team, it's I think now I can put more focus into this team than with Grand Autosport. I think with Grand Autosport, it was I thought it would have worked out better, but it didn't. But with Racing Motorsports, I think I might have a better chemistry with Blaine Keys, and we'll see how that works out. And I think that will hopefully benefit for the season as well.
Definitely rooting for you and Blaine there at Racing Motorsports. I'm intrigued to see what you guys can do. And hey, man, hope to see you at the Indy 500 again this year. Make that a little tradition. I know I plan on being back there again. But hey, excited to have you back on the Wawa Cup Series again. You're definitely one of the better drivers, one of the best drivers we've gotten. We've got so many guys and so many different drivers that are in the series. But you're definitely one of the guys who's been around a while. You know what you're doing, and great to still have you around. So thank you so much for joining us, and you have a great rest of your night, man.
You too. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Glad we could finally get you. Took a few tries, but we finally got him.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all
I'm
good.
not used to that. I haven't even been in a voice chat so long. It's been a couple years at least.
There you go. Well, this is a good one to get back in the swing of things with. So,
yeah.
All right. Herd Sprint Series time, guys. We got the draft coming up. Nathan, you got the first pick here. You got your 10 drivers right there. Definitely some guys who are definitely ones to watch out for, and then a couple of newer ones there. I think a couple of these guys are Igor's friends, so you know they're going to be good if they're friends with one of the best owners in the series. But how you leaning here, Nathan, for your pick in the Herd Sprint Series?
Well, obviously there's a lot of pretty solid drivers. There's some newcomers, but some pretty well-known drivers like Nathan Faden. Matthews is starting to become a little bit well-known second year. Same with Taylor, Chris Reynolds, Master, McClure. But remains who everyone picks. But I already got my pick here for the Herd Sprint Series.
Oh, he's going to type it out. You're going to definitely make it suspenseful, aren't you?
Probably.
Oh, guess what we got? Guess what we got? Travis is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to have you, man. The other moderator on the server. Hey, Travis, you got a team in the Herd Sprint Series as well. You're going to be picking here. You're going to be picking 5th. Yes, you're picking 5th here in the Sprint Series draft. But of course, you're driving for Nathan's team in the Wawa Cup Series. We're going to keep on bouncing back and forth. Talking about all this stuff, but. I know you're excited. You had a great season last year in the Wawa Cup Series. You guys think you're going to do another good job again?
Yeah, as long as we don't. Last year, for the Wawa Cup Series, we started off really slow, and that ultimately was what hurt us because our second half was really strong. Yeah, I mean, we won the 4th race, but besides that, we had so much bad luck.
Yeah,
and then the second half, we were very consistent.
There's a couple times that you should have won, but you got so close. Like Atlanta was one of them that you probably should have won.
Yeah, I remember that one. Hey, Hagar took that one away from you with Drew Webb there.
That was
we just need to be more consistent.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about one of many Drew Webb wins last year. Atlanta. Travis almost won Atlanta.
Oh, this one.
That was a fun race. All right, Nathan, you've been keeping us waiting. You're almost out of time now.
Full time.
Now, of course, Herd Sprint Series, no rating, so these guys, they're gonna be up front in a lot of these events. I feel like as it goes along, so I'm intrigued to see how it all ends up shaking out because, hey, these guys, there's 32 races too, and it's a Streak Points Championship, so gonna be a lot going on, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Kicking it off, New Smyrna, Brandon Nelson.
Nelson,
good friend there. Good for Brandon. Good for Brandon. So the number 92, going to Brandon Nelson there. And man, I feel bad. I feel like I'm stressing my man Ryan out here.
Oh my gosh, true. He has another one.
But hopefully, I don't stress him out too much. Just the Sprint Series. There's no ratings. Don't worry about it. It's all good, man. Don't worry, man. Let's see here. We've got Brandon Nelson not on the list anymore. Definitely some solid guys still in here. And Igor, I think a couple of these guys are guys that we haven't really seen of. You know anything about some of these guys that are new on this list?
Yeah, there are 3 of them who are from my mock series: Baltazar, Santiago, and Juan. To be honest, Santiago and Juan, 2 Argentinian guys, really cool. Speak with a lot of them, and honestly already raced with them in league racing in our factor, so they're quite good at it. And Baltazar, I think, is the main custom driver start of my mock series. Like he's probably the best rookie I ever seen, and I don't know, he could be a sneaky pick here in the sprint series as well.
Mm-hmm. And we'll have to see. And of course, with no ratings, it's kind of anyone's guess. And two, even though we have the 10 full-time guys, doesn't mean that someone who may sign up weekly won't have a shot at the title, because someone could still sign up for all 32 races. And keep in mind too, the owners are allowed to sign up in this series, as long as they're not already an owner in the sprint series. And all you guys are. We got to get some more guys in here. We got Justin in earlier, but see who Ryan picks here for his slot in the sprint series. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing how all that ends up shaking out. But definitely excited to see how the sprint series goes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know when we announced the schedule, a lot of guys were like, "Yeah, that's a good schedule." We got a lot of standalone races. And we also got the Dash for Cash as well, which is kind of interesting. And hey, here's how it's going to go, guys. I know a lot of people are asking, how are we going to do the Dash for Cash? Well, this is how it's going to go. 3 fictional racetracks. We got Armory Digital for the first race, Oregon Speedway, thanks to Brendan Wilmington and Trey Wright for making that one, and then we got Hillside to end it off. We all know Hillside. We talked about Hillside earlier on the night. So the first race at Armory Digital. Top 10 finishers in that race will move on to the next round of the Dash for Cash. Those 10 drivers will battle out at Oregon, along with the other 14 cars. Of course, each race will still have 24 drivers, and it'll still be a points-paying race. Those 10 cars, then whoever is the top 4 of those 10 move on the Hillside, and whoever is the best of those 4 at Hillside wins the Dash for Cash. So it's pretty straightforward and simple right there. Going to be a lot of fun. Those races will be on Tuesday nights in late April and early May. An excuse to use a couple of fictional tracks that we used to use back in the day. Actually, we never used Oregon before, but I definitely wanted to use that one. So excited to see how that all ends up shaking out, but that's going to be a lot of fun. No doubt about it. Let's see, who else? I want to interview like someone like Jack Oz, or interview Hairgel as well. Hairgel's our graphic designer for all our stuff here, so he's been waiting long enough. I think we can get him in here and talk about what he's going to be bringing to the table in terms of all the graphics. Hairgel, how's it going, man? I know you're excited to have Trey Bartow on your team. Man, he did the same thing that Justin did. What's up?
Hey, Ryan, the pick is in.
All right, Ryan Durrani's got his pick here for the Her Sprint Series. I'm excited to see which one it ends up going to here. Some solid drivers here in this list. It's going to be hard to make a bad pick. I don't think you can make a bad pick, honestly.
Yeah, I don't
think you got everyone who isn't a name I recognize are all Igor's guys, and I know Igor knows what he's doing. So we got a great group of guys right here for this sprint series.
I will say this: one yesterday won a race in our factor. Tuesday, I mean. So
there you go.
Also a great driver there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Quan can do. And he'll get a ride regardless, so he'll be in something no matter what. Of course, with no ratings, that's definitely a good. Chris Reynolds, there we go. Chris Reynolds. The Chris Reynolds drive for Durrani in the IndyCar series. Number 52 there for Chris Reynolds.
Yep.
The M&M scheme.
Yeah, Reynolds be driving that 73
going to be in that 52, which is solid. Good pick right there. Chris Reynolds got a lot to back up, especially in the non-rating series as well. Good job there. You are done with this, Ryan. Don't have to do any more of it. You're all good. You're all good. Don't worry. All right. Who is next in line? Hey, it's John Andrews again. I'm going to ping him again because I don't think he's online. I know he's the Texas Rangers fan there. You're up for the next pick. All right, and drivers that we have left include all of these except Chris Reynolds. And hey, Anthony McClure in there. That's definitely an interesting name. Obviously around a lot of other NR leagues. Yep, I was right. Nicholas Amadio in the chat there saying Reynolds did drive for the 73. Yep, I was right. I figured. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember for anything to save my life anymore. But yeah, that definitely rang a bell. So definitely history between those two teams, which is good, for Chris Reynolds. in the Sprint Series. Definitely excited to see what he can do. Hey, we got Christian Master also in this list as well. And here's another thing, too. I know, Igor, you mentioned this earlier. Top 4 in each of these Sprint Series races go on to race in the Wawa Cup Series race that week. So these guys will still be running in some Wawa Cup Series races this year as well. Caleb, you got a ride in there. Igor, you got a ride in there as well. They'll be driving your cars probably. So I know you're excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if John ends up peeking through here. If he defaults, Christian Master is the driver in this list with the most wins. So Christian Master may end up with Andrews Racing. Just have to see which number he does end up with, but doesn't matter too much in that regard. We'll see.
So
What happened with Hair Gel?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Hair Gel. He popped in and did the whole Justin thing.
Mm-hmm.
Poof.
Literally. But yeah, Travis, I got a question for you. Obviously, you got Triad racing in the Sprint Series, being a Ford and I guess a quote-unquote alliance with FedEx Racing. You got some drivers still on the board for the Sprint Series. Out of those, who might have the eye to be the full-time driver, if you want to say?
I have a solid 3 drivers on my radar, and I'm just kind of waiting to see if they get scooped up. I have backup plans, so I'm not going to really spill some beans, but I do have my picks ready in case.
Backup plan on top of a backup plan, probably.
I'm intrigued to see what you get. You guys were solid in the Sprint Series last year.
Oh yeah.
So
really solid.
You knew what you were doing. We'll see here. I'm gonna give him it's a little bit more time. Otherwise, we're gonna default Christian Master to his team right there. Skylar Taylor. I missed the R. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Yeah, a lot of
this
lot
has
of
been having
interesting.
an issue.
Yeah, like I heard you mention earlier, Anthony McClure made a couple starts last season in the Rowdy Energy
I
Pro
forgot about
Series.
that. See, you do these races, and I don't really think about it too much. Like, oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a pretty prominent figure in other offline leagues as well. And actually, there's a couple leagues online that I actually raced with him before.
There you go. That's cool.
That I raced for him, so I think he would definitely be a solid pick. Of course, you got.
Well,
Nathan
it doesn't look like we're gonna get our boy John Andrews in here. So we're gonna default for John. He's run out of time. It's I know he hasn't. Hasn't been 5 minutes yet. He's still got a minute. My apologies. I know I said 5 minutes there, so we're gonna give him a little bit. We'll give him a little bit right there. But
probably get Jack Haas and Hedgel in here at some point. They both want.
Definitely.
I definitely love to get Jack Haas in here. I mean,
The apparent
who's the fan
number one
favorite? I gotta get to know this fan favorite a lot more.
I know him pretty well from Joe Watt's side of things, so but he's new to this side of the community, obviously.
Mm-hmm. He joined the server just a couple weeks ago, and then became the fan favorite like instantly. So,
like, yeah, it's still to this point, only still has one start. That was the Christmas Eve showdown. Finished third. So not a bad run at all by any means.
I'm gonna give him till 8:16 officially here, but I think he was like, I'll pick my my Cup Series driver and bounce. I think that's what happened right there. No, we're gonna give him. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give him Christian Master. first time we actually defaulted all night, so. And we'll give him the number 56 here. Just so, and if John wants to switch it, or if Christian Master wants to switch it, we gotta actually let all these guys know like where they're at too. If they may not be watching the live stream, they may not know where they're at specifically. I wasn't thinking about that. I gotta actually post the full list in the Wawa Cup Series chat and then give everyone their roles here, or maybe you guys can do that. Maybe you guys can do that. You guys can give them the roles. You know how to do that.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe. But we're gonna go ahead and give John his Christian Master solid pick. Of course, defaulted to the highest winning driver. So our next one, Owen Miles, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Owen Miles is next. And I know Owen is on. Let's see here. Just give me 1 second. Make sure that I actually got this correct. Because I didn't actually write that down. I wrote down the Cup Series list, but I didn't write down the Sprint Series draft order here. So give me 1 quick second. So yep, it is in fact Owen who is next. I'm ping him. I'm not sure if he's online either. I know he was online a second ago. There we go. So we'll see who ends up picking right there. I want to get someone else the interview here. Still got some guys who haven't been up in here yet.
Shall we do the apparent fan favorite?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh.
There we go.
He doesn't have the his audio on, so he doesn't know he's in here. All right, let's see who Owen ends up picking right here. Oh, Master's not on the list. I hope he doesn't pick Master. I forgot to cancel Master off the list. Don't pick Christian Master, because he's already at Andrews Racing. Hey, Jack Haas he is now listening to us. Okay, I gotta ask you, man. Why does everyone love you so much? Where do you come from, and how do you end up being the most popular driver all of a sudden?
To be honest, I don't really know the answer to that, because the very little experience I have on this game in the past, it's been mixed results for sure, but leaning more towards the negative side of it. So,
boy, I know you and Trey Bartow are good frenemies. I guess that's the best way to put it, based on your shenanigans. And Trey Bartow has actually raced on this channel pretty much since I started doing it almost 10 years ago. So I've known Bartow for a long time. But yeah, I was kind of hoping you guys end up on the same team. You know, maybe Rut Racing, but I know Joe kind of had a low draft pick there. But you're going to be with Evan Ross Racing this year in the Wawa Cup Series. That's a solid team. I think she's going to do a lot of great things. And last year we had a rookie essentially win the Wawa Cup Series championship with Drew Webb. Do you think you might have a possibility of pulling something like that off?
well, I hope my past results don't come to play here in this series. I am looking forward to the opportunity. Now, I'm going to struggle with this one, so forgive me in advance. I am very appreciative of the opportunity to drive the Evans Ross Racing Echo Energy Toyota. A lot of ease there. I think it's going to be a good year. I'm really looking forward to it. Hoping to challenge for some wins and at least make the chase if we can. Is that still a thing this year? Sorry, I'm new. I haven't seen much.
What was the question? I was busy. Skylar Taylor's in the 25 for Dracoan, by the way.
Oh yeah, there should be a chase still.
Yes,
there is
a
chase.
There is. Yeah, so
Okay.
let's look at the chase. Yep, we got the 20 races in the regular season and the 10 race chase, just like we did last year. Top 10 in
Okay,
points and then 2 wild cards.
I started saying that, and then I thought, well, that'd be. I hope I don't sound like an idiot, but.
No, it's all right. There's a lot to it. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing.
yeah, no, definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be.
Yeah,
a great
Reggie's
year.
already getting ready for his pick, and Travis hasn't even done his yet. Reggie's going to be like right after Travis here. But hey, we're excited to have you, Jack. Definitely excited to see what you end up pulling off there at Evans Ross Racing. And hey, and I know you're going to be going toe to toe with Trey Bartow as well. Now you're excited to race against him in the Wawa Cup Series, and we're excited to have Trey back as well. He's working right now, so we can't get him in. I'd love to have Trey. I'd love to have Jesse in here. Get Jesse in here, man. He signed up, kind of just faded out, you know. That's how he is. That's all right. But hey, Jack Haas, watch out for him. Watch out for him. You know, finish third in the Christmas Eve showdown. Probably going to have a good season there. Anthony McClure, by the way, go on to Triad Racing in the Her Sprint Series.
Nice.
So, congratulations, Anthony. Congratulations, Travis. That's going to be a solid combination right there. All right. The moment Reggie's been waiting for and asking me all day about. I'm excited for this. Who's he going to pick for his full-time sprint series? But either way, Jack, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and looking forward to seeing you in the Wawa Cup Series for 2024.
And same to you all as well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
That's Jack Haas, going to be driving the 39 for Evans Ross Racing in 2024. That's going to be a lot of fun right there. All right, I see where Reggie ends up going here. Igor, your guys are still yet to be picked here. Feel bad for him. Hey, they'll end up in a full-time ride, though. That's what counts.
Well, it happened, but I believe they will be picked soon. I hope Reggie picks one of them, but they still got a full-time ride. Even though I can't have one, I would definitely pick them, but hopefully a great season for them.
Nathan Faden going to the number
Nathan
one.
Faden.
That's not the first time Nathan Faden has been in the number one. Solid pick right there, Nathan Faden, Trackhouse Racing. Oh, that's a calming sound. I like that. The golf clap is nice. We've been utilizing the golf clap all night. All right, so that goes up with her Sprint Series driver. See who she ends up picking right here. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. It's been a good night, though. It's been a good night. I hope you all are excited for the Wawa Cup Series coming up here in 2 weeks. We got the Meliella Smooth Fest, and obviously we're going to go over everybody here. Make sure we get all the roles set up and everything, and get it all ready to go. We're about to get started here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Dylan Matthews going to the 39. Of course, that's a solid pick right there. So we'll put that one in. She'll be full time there. And here we go. Who's next? I forgot who's next. We got Ludovic. Ludovic's picking next for his team. All right, Igor, who should he pick? Because you know all three of these guys, and you know them well.
Honestly, considering from the retrospect, my mock series, I would definitely pick Baltazar. Like in my mock series, I'm doing F1 in 1991. He's a rookie. He's right now 6th in the standings ahead of the likes of Prost and Mansell. So that would definitely be my pick.
We'll see what Ludovic goes for here. And then Nicholas has the last pick, and then the last team of Hollywood Motorsports gets the other one. Going for the 88 here, the Pepsi machine. I don't even know if anyone's seen the Sprint Series schemes yet. Because I didn't do a showcase for them. We'll show those to y'all here tonight, so you know where y'all are going. I love how everyone's just so dramatic about it. It's like 3-4 messages, and then we get to decide. All right, and just as you said that, Baltazar gets it for the number 88. Make sure I spelled the last name wrong. And how do I pronounce that, Igor? His last name?
Probably Steep.
Steep. All right, so I had it right the first time. I want to make sure I get it right. All right. everyone's favorite Nicholas Amadio. You know, we haven't talked about Nicholas Amadio enough tonight. We talk about him enough. Caleb, your guy, almost won like 6 races last year himself. Lost the championship by 2 points. Is he going to get a win this year? Please tell me he's going to get a win this year.
Both me and him hope so. But I guess I've kind of touched on it a little bit in the past. But at this rate, I think it's not necessarily a matter of if anymore. I think with a driver like him, I think it's a matter of when.
We'll see.
He's able to finally get into it.
Yeah, I'm hoping he goes to victory lane. We love Nicholas Amadio over here. Obviously, 3rd all-time winningest driver. Now, this is going to go back, again to the all-time wins list. Fitzwater, Churn, and Amadio all going to be in the Cup Series this year, so they're going to be back at it. If you remember the Pro Series, which was kind of the predecessor to the Cup Series a couple of years ago, and Juan Romero going to the 87. That allows Santiago Labrito to go to Hollywood Motorsports. I don't think Mason Wood is on right now, so yeah, just don't be in the booth, Caleb. That's what Nicholas is saying right now. Don't be in the booth.
Well, if he wants to, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He's going to be in the booth a lot more now that he's that he is essentially the other face of the channel. So, sorry, Nicholas. Sorry about that. Okay, that's going to allow Santiago to go pop him in the 5. And that'll do it. Those are your full-time drivers in the Sprint Series. We got to make sure we organize everything, but thank you all for doing all this. I'm glad you all had a lot of fun with it. I know Ryan stressed himself out, but my goodness, man, it's all good. You got a good group of guys right there, D'Olivier and Sam at Oskin. We are excited to do the Wawa Cup Series, and we'll still do a couple more interviews here. I see my man Daniel Paulus Jr. down in there. Haven't talked to him in a minute. Hair Gel, we still have to talk to Hair Gel, obviously, because he's doing all the graphics and stuff for us. So we'll still stay on for a little while here as we get everything set up here. And someone did this for me. Someone already did the Cup Series. Is someone doing the Sprint Series as well, or do I not have a role for that yet?
I believe Caleb just made
Caleb made one.
Yeah,
okay, so we
made
got
one. I got
35 for the Wawa Cup Series. Who are we missing here?
There might be a couple, but I got most of them.
You got most of them. I mean, you got all but one. That makes it hard. Who are we missing here?
Oh boy.
All right, so we got Bryce in there. I'm trying to think of the people because there'd be 12 guys. Bernardo is in there. Sam and Oskin is in there. Jack Haas in there. Kirsten Bell. That might be who you met. Oh no, you got Kirsten. You got Trey. You got Trey. You got Angel. Did you miss Angel?
I think Angel is one that I didn't.
Bro, you missed Angel Gutierrez. Oh boy.
I don't know his Discord.
Yeah.
I don't know
his
Discord.
His Discord is literally Angel. This is
oh.
There we go. I got him for you. So we got okay. So all the drivers have the pin. So we're gonna go ahead and do the official list right here for everybody. Posting here.
I'm gonna head out. So
hey, congratulations!
You guys later.
Congratulations, getting Anthony McClure. Congratulations on how well did you do in the 24-hour race that you just did?
It is just started. There's only 3 hours in of 24 hours.
Gotcha. So you're gonna get back behind the wheel here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got a 6-hour stint at 9.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, he's doing a night stint for 6 hours.
Well, we're all rooting for you, man. All rooting for Travis. Yeah. I know you're good at iRacing, so we're excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck, man.
Oh wow, double. Oh yeah, they went below, but yeah, we got a handful that we've not gotten in here yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 people haven't not in the yet down in the main room.
We've had Ludovic's already been in. Reggie's already been in. We tried Bernardo earlier. We couldn't get him.
might have said something that he was able to now. I'm not entirely sure.
Alright, and then the sprint series. Sprint series drivers here, so that's that one. And then sprint series here. Igor might have to help me out with some of these, because I don't know who's who.
Yeah, I got 4 down out of the 12, out of the 10.
I'll let you keep doing that. I'll just sit back and let you do it.
Some of them I know, some of them I don't know who they are.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Had a lot of fun with this. I want to get a couple more people in here, if you can.
Who do you want? Who do you want?
Getting some cup drivers in here.
Yeah, maybe get Daniel in here.
We could try Bernardo again. We can try Daniel
Bernardo.
in
Try
here.
Bernardo again. Hopefully your mic's working out this time. Well, Bernardo, now we tried to interview before the draft ended up happening. That didn't work out, but now you know where you're at with Durrani Racing and that 57, that low scheme, by the way, which is a solid scheme. What you looking forward to with driving for Durrani Racing next year?
Oh, first of all, thank you for having me here, AG. Very appreciated.
You're welcome.
And
You think Caleb is the one that brought
I
you in here?
really am proud to be. And now I'm really proud to be in that Wawa Cup Series ride. I didn't even thought I would get a ride this season, but I did got it, and I'm pretty hyped for this year, 2024.
You got a good team there. I'm excited to have you. Of course, I mentioned this earlier that the first race you did, I remember specific races, and this one I always remember was almost beat Joe Rutkowski in Kansas in the Sprint Series. Then eventually got a couple of wins in the Pro Series later on, so that definitely went a long way. And with all that, you were picked 5th overall, which is solid. Definitely an honor there, Ryan picking you there. But excited to see what you can do. And hey, we got a 30 race schedule. Do you think you might get a win somewhere possibly?
Should get some wins in the bag, not just a win. I think I can get some wins, multiple wins.
We'll have to see how it all goes down. There's 35 other drivers looking to get multiple wins as well, so we'll have to see how it all goes down. But good luck this season. I'm excited to see what you can do. And with Durrani Racing, and they're an established team as well. They've been around a long time, so you got a good ride there, no doubt about it.
Thank you very much, AG.
Very welcome. And we got Daniel Paulus Jr. here now as well. And Daniel, you called a couple of Sprint Series races for me last year. Hopefully we can do a couple more of those. But you're back for a second season. No, last year wasn't a good year for you. But you're with Trackhouse Racing this year, Reggie Fogelman. What you looking forward to this season in the Wawa Cup Series?
Yeah, so what I'm looking forward to in the Wawa Cup Series is it's gonna be my second year racing in the Cup Series. I'm no longer with Full Frontal Motorsports. Had an up and down season, but now that I'm on Trackhouse Racing, I feel like me and my other teammate, we're gonna work very well together, and we're gonna share some data together, obviously. But I think it's a brand new opportunity. I think last year it was a little bit of a struggle just because it's your rookie year and whatnot. But now that we're in a full swing of things, getting ready for 2024, I think we got something a little bit up our sleeve, and I think we'll see it happen out on the track here sooner rather than later. And I'm looking forward to calling some races with you in the Sprint Series this season in the broadcast booth.
Definitely love to have you, and the Sprint Series is going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of which, we're going to show some of the schemes here on stream. We haven't even shown you guys these yet, essentially. But excited for this. And hey, a huge thanks to Stuart for painting a lot of these cars. But back to you, Daniel. Last year really didn't have a good season at all. But now your teammates, I think you mentioned with Seth Cole. And Seth Cole was a chase driver last year, won the Winter Showdown, won Darlington. You two are going to be teammates working together. Excited to have him as your teammate.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely excited to have Seth Cole as my teammate. when Reggie and me were talking about getting this deal done for 2024, we did have to find sponsorship, but we finally did. And he said, Seth Cole is going to be on our stable too. And I'm like, well, that's good because Seth Cole, me and him in a whole different other series too. So I think the mesh of everything happening in Trackhouse right now is going to accelerate out on track later on. And especially when we're trying to share each other's data, I think it's going to help a lot in performance-wise. And Reggie does believe in us, and he's taking a whole step forward here to prove that, us on his team, we can get that team to a championship or contend for a playoff spot, this season, AG.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to get things kicking off and rolling in Daytona and take it on from there. Hopefully we don't get DNF in the big one, but you never know. It's Daytona. We could end up with the win. So we want to start this season off strong.
Second race is at Daytona. Season starts at Homestead. So you want to make sure you're ready for Homestead. Make sure you're ready for the Smooth Fest next or 2 weeks from now, New Smyrna as well. So, but no, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot going for you. I feel like, especially gonna have a better season than last year. And last year wasn't the best season. This is something too. And, and Caleb and Nathan, I think you both can attest to this as well. And I mentioned at the top of the show, we got a lot more teams who are definitely going to be much stronger, I think, throughout the season than we did last year. There's going to be a lot more guys who are going to be running up front. And, both you guys had drivers in that championship fight. So, we're looking at some of these new teams. You think, might be some new guys. Might see some faces last year. I'm looking at Rogel Dorn possibly as well, having a good season. Daniel as well, back with a much better team than he was with last year. Fitzwater, these are guys who I definitely think are going to have much better seasons and contend for the chase. So what do you guys think about all that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very, very interesting of what teams end up step up with some of the new driver combinations and contend with some of the bigger teams from last season, like the Titan Fury, the NS Racing, the Trinity River Racing, and a couple of others, and gonna have to wait and see how what racing does, and then Chase's team. I cannot say that team name, but it's gonna be interesting of who steps up, and I think we're gonna have a very, very competitive season, and possibly a even more competitive season than what we had last year.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, thank you for joining us, Daniel. By the way, great to hear from you again, and good luck on the 2024 season with Trackhouse Racing.
Yeah, thank you so much, AG, and we'll see you all at the Smooth Fest at New Smyrna. We'll get this season underway, and
2 weeks from now,
see you in the broadcast booth.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be a lot of fun there, New Smyrna Speedway. It's the Smooth Fest, and I'm 2 days removed from recording that Superstar Series race the other night, and I'm looking forward to it. I want to try to get Hair Gel in here, and I got one last little thing for everyone before we head out. I got a couple of questions. I don't know. I think it was like 3 questions that I had or something like that. I don't know. I want to see what you all have to say.
We'll get Hair Gel in here, and I don't think we've interviewed Chris Reynolds yet.
No, Chris has been in there. Chris is going to be in the sprint series, and Hair Gel's staying in this time. We got you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Hair Gel. We got him finally. All right, you got Trey Bartow. First question I got to ask you: are you going to try to get Avery to switch the number before the season starts?
Well, I'm trying my best. Well, because at first when I attempted to tell Avery about my plans, he doesn't like it, and I hope he would definitely understand, because we all know Trey Bartow is always a legend. Of course, when we think of Trey Bartow, yeah, that's the number 4 guy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my plan. I'm definitely going to talk to Avery about that.
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll see how it all goes down, but it needs to happen quick, because I think we're gonna record. We're going to record soon with this. I don't know when, but it's going to be soon. We're going to be getting going with everything here in a moment. Well, regardless of the fact, I think you have a much better team than what you had last year. I know last year was not the best of runs for you, but were you, and I'm intrigued to see, because in that draft there, I was thinking you might pick Giacomo in your slot, but then Josh ended up taking him that second pick. But if Giacomo was still available, would you have picked him?
Yeah, definitely. I actually have a list of who to draft after the draft lottery happened. Well, I did have Diacomo right on second. Should Barto would have been selected, because I actually first expected Trey Barto and Jesse Turner to be the first two drivers to be selected and have Diacomo in third. But yeah, it is what it is. But it's a good steal for Trinity River Racing. So definitely Bruno will have a good season with them.
You know, you just mentioned that. I just now thought of that. Josh passed up on the opportunity to have Jesse Turner and Trey Barto on his team. And nothing against Diacomo. I think Diacomo is a great pick, but like, think about that for a second. That team would have more wins on the channel than any other team if he did that. And he didn't do that, which is interesting. But maybe he was being courteous to you. Maybe he wanted to let you have Trey Barto there. Hey, either way, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, Alex.
What you
Here's
got?
the thing. Even if you got good drivers on your team, like for example, my lineup last year, we do have Fisher G and Sebastian Kukulon. Well, the hype was there, but it doesn't really reflect the result. So don't be deceived by the lineup, because in the end you will end up failing.
You never know. I think Bart is going to keep up with the stuff, though, and so Avery, though. I think you're going to have a lot better of a team. Well, hey, Jill, on top of owning a team, you're also our graphic designer. You do a great job with all the tracks and everything. And you know, I'm excited to see what you got bringing to the channel. You definitely spiced things up. You made my job a lot easier. Yeah, there you go. Actually, golf clapping and means something. But what you got cooking up for us this year, man? You got a lot of stuff, I know, in the works. I've been assigning you many tasks, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the hard work. But what you got cooking up for us for the channel this year?
Well, as simple as what you're going to see throughout the 37 network, you're also going to see the same graphics that we are going to have here as well.
And that's it?
I mean, you never know. There could be some developments, but of course we're not going to reuse what we used last year, and we're going to have a new graphics for this.
I don't even know what it looks like yet, so we'll have to see. But I'll be assigning you some things by next week, so get ready for that. I'm excited for it, though. Hey, great to talk to you, Hairgel. Of course, you do a lot for us behind the scenes, and I appreciate that. And hey, good luck with Avery Alford and Trey Barto. And hey, you're going to sign up for some of these Sprint Series races this year. I'm hoping you might do that.
Especially road courses.
Especially
Definitely road courses.
For that road course win. There'll be 5 road courses in the Sprint Series this year. We got Willow Springs, Circuit of the Americas, Montreal, Road America, and Watkins Glen. So you got 5 opportunities there. We'll see if you can do it.
We'll see.
Well, thank you, Hairgel. You have a great rest of your night. We got Chris Reynolds in here as well. And Chris, you're going to be full-time in the Sprint Series. So definitely excited to see what you can do there. Wasn't the best of runs in the Cup Series for you last year. But how do you think it's going to go for you in the Sprint Series?
Well, considering I don't have to worry about the ratings in the Sprint Series, I think I'm hoping I'll do probably as good as I do in the Haas IndyCar Series. And I've shown it in the last year in the Haas IndyCar Series, and I've taken up a couple wins, and not the best in the Wawa Cup Series last year, but I hope I do better this year in the Haas Sprint Series.
And, of course, being a full-time driver with 32 races, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to go to victory lane there with Durrani Racing. And that's another thing. You're also with a team that you have been with before there at Haas, in the Haas IndyCar Series. So how do you think that relationship will give you a bit of a boost there in the Sprint Series?
I think that's a boost for me and Tarani personally, because I think if me and Tarani are going to keep this up, I think we're going to be best buds when it comes to all of the series between you and Caleb for a long time.
Well, I'm excited to see what you do in the Sprint Series. Of course, you've been around quite a while, and you've got some wins there as well. I remember when you won the Michigan 100 2022, closest finish of the year. So you got a lot of potential, I think, in the Sprint Series here. But have a great season. Good luck on the Sprint Series side of things. And, hey, you know what? You'll still be in some of those Wawa Cup Series races as well with the hot seat. And, two, you know, our first race of the Sprint Series is going to be at New Smyrna Speedway. Top 4
Yep,
finishers in that
and
race.
I will be
Mhm.
that, and I will be in the IndyCar series as well.
Yeah, and you mean running in the IndyCar series as well. And Caleb, I know you're excited about that as well.
You bet.
We've been talking so much about my stuff. What about your stuff, Caleb? What you got going on in the IndyCar series this year? I know you're picking up stuff. Schedule was released yesterday. What are you most excited for taking the series over?
Honestly, I'm just kind of excited to maybe start implementing a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I have potentially planned that I haven't really talked about yet, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to run this and really see what I can do with this.
I haven't seen the schedule yet, but as soon as we're all done here, I think I'm gonna go watch the video because, to be honest, I'm a bit behind on my subscription feed.
Caleb cooked with that schedule. I just rest in peace, Lime Rock. I'm gonna miss Lime Rock. I should have.
Yeah, Lime Rock that.
Who said Lime going away?
Good while it lasted.
We'll see. We'll see what you got. Well, hey, Chris, you have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck on the 2024 season in the Hers Sprint Series.
In the AG series, thank you.
All right. I think that's everybody. I think we've gotten through most everyone in terms of interviews.
I think so.
I got 3 more questions for you guys, and then we'll call it a night. It's been a great night. I'm not going to show them on screen. I don't want to. But I'm intrigued. I was expecting to do this earlier on, and I kind of forgot. But hey, you two know what you're talking about. So, of all the teams, of the 18 teams that we got here in the Wawa Cup Series, which team do you think is going to be the biggest dark horse this year?
The biggest dark horse.
That's
the
a
biggest
tough question to ask, isn't it? You got to think about it.
The biggest surprise team for this season. Honestly, might have to watch out for. So I have 2 teams. One, Echo Evans Was. Gonna be interesting if how both of those new drivers to the channel do. And second off, might have to watch out with and see how Trinity River Racing does with that entirely new lineup.
I don't know if they're going to really necessarily be a dark horse, but it's an interesting pick, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they do. What about you, Caleb? Who do you think is going to be a good dark horse this year?
Honestly, I think I also got 2 pretty interesting dark horse picks. I'd say for my first one, I'd watch out for Millennium Motorsports. Had some pretty good runs over in the Rowdy Energy Pro Series. Had a solid season in the Truck Series as well. And I mean, they've got a really, really solid lineup. Angel Gutierrez, Ace Garcia. I'd honestly watch out for them. I think they might have something under their sleeve. And another team that I want to watch out for is Team Williams. I had a really, really good run last season with Braden Perez, but Brian Webb was kind of sidelined just a little bit. Didn't have as good of a run as Braden did, but honestly, this season I'd watch out for both cars, especially coming off the momentum of the last season. I think both of their cars could potentially be championship contenders this season if things go their way.
Absolutely. You mentioned Brian Webb. I think that's definitely another driver who definitely might improve a lot. Of all the guys from those 5 teams that I mentioned, I think he had the lowest amount of points. He was lowest in the standings, but he had a solid year. He almost won Road America, and he was up front in a lot of those races. Of course, his teammate Braden Perez, Mr. Stelia Win, took a lot of them from Drew Webb. But we got some rookie drivers as well. Obviously, the 12 drivers who are new, and Avery Alford is also a rookie to the Wawa Cup. So 13 rookies in total, technically. Yeah, technically. You want to call Bartow and Turner rookies? Not really. I don't think we're going to call them rookies, even though this is their first Wawa Cup Series season. And I don't think they're going to be considered rookies in this situation. But for those of the new drivers, like Gutierrez, like Philip Torres, who do you think the best rookie is going to be this year?
Well, not counting obviously Turner and Bartow because they're not really new to the Cup Series. Honestly, my big 3 for the rookies, I think, could be Jack Haas in the 39. I know I'm really selling on that team, but Definitely Philip Torres, I think, could be pretty good as well. Um, and oh boy, give me a
You
second.
said you had 3.
I thought I had 3. I guess I don't. Just those two. Torres and Haas, I think, could be some of the pretty good rookies for the season.
Definitely a couple of good picks. What about you, Caleb? Who do you think is going to have a solid year here? As a rookie specifically, and not counting Bartow and Turner. They don't count.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of hard to pick because I think we're going to have a lot of very strong rookies this season. You know, I think both of the Evans Ross Racing cars are going to do well. Jack Haas, Kirsten Bell. Jack Haas is some promise, and I know Kirsten Bell's had some really good runs in other offline series. And then also kind of adding on to my dark horse picks, I'd honestly watch out for Durrani Racing. They've got a honestly really good lineup. Bernardo de Oliveira, Sam and Oskin, those are 2 really good drivers. I think could really make a name for themselves this season.
We'll have to see. I'm intrigued with Durrani Racing. I think they got a solid lineup right there as well. You know, there's not. You know, unlike last year, I think there were definitely some teams last year where it's like, and especially as we did the ratings, kind of figured out, oh, they're not going to be good. There are teams on each, there are drivers on each of these teams, and I think each team's going to do their ratings this year, and that's going to be a huge difference going forward with all that. But I don't know. I think some of the better rookies. I do think Angel Gutierrez is going to have a solid run with Millennium Motorsports. That's a solid team, and he's a solid driver. And I've heard a lot of good things about Kirsten Bell as well. You know, could be a very similar situation like with Ludovic Charette last year, where, you know, driver we really on this side haven't heard much about, but I've heard a lot in other offline leagues that she's really good, especially in maybe ratings leagues as well. And I know Evans Ross Racing, they're going to have a solid run with all their drivers there. You know, let's not count out Bryce Egan there, driving for Andrews Racing. Great to see a couple new faces there. Matthew Hubert as well for Rut Racing, and then Kirsten Bell's the other first timer. They'll all be making their first career starts in the Meliello Smooth Fest. So excited to see a couple of new faces along with all the returning veterans. And you know what? I think the biggest thing that we got our top 3 drivers on the channel in the channel's history: Zachary Fitzwater, Nicholas Samadeo, and Jesse Turner, all full time. Of those 3, who do you think's going to have the best run? Caleb, I know you might have a bit of a bias here. But, you know, of the 3, who do you think's got the best shot?
Hunter, Balto, or Mr. Edge? Honestly, I think all of them could easily be a championship threat, depending on how everyone does the lanes. But I'm very curious on how the returning Trey Barlow does to the channel full-time in the Cup Series again.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see all these veterans getting full-time rides and finally racing against each other. And honestly, yeah, a lot of them have pretty competitive rides. You know, Zachary Fitzwater moving over to Everbell Motorsports to Andrews Racing, and Ludovic Charette's former ride, which Charette made the chase, if I'm not mistaken, last season. So Zachary Fitzwater is definitely one that I would look out for to have a much better season this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
all right,
Nicholas Samadeo,
yeah,
of course. What else is there to say about Nicholas Samadeo? You all know who Mr. Edge is.
He's a driver. Like I said, and I mean, so many races last year. He came so close. Gateway was really like the pinnacle of all that all season, and he got passed by Drew Webb. And speaking of Drew Webb, the ultimate question here that I want to ask: how many wins will Drew Webb have this year? I'm curious what you guys think about this one.
Boy, how many races is it? 30?
It's 30, just like last year. He won 6 of them last year, so.
I think with the field being a lot more competitive on paper so far, I think he's gonna go down slightly. I think he's gonna have 4 or 5 wins. I don't think he's gonna get 6 again, but I think he's gonna get 4 or 5.
I'd have to agree with Nathan there. I think he's definitely going to be competitive, and he's probably going to be in championship contention as well. Just have to see how things go. But with the field being so competitive this season, I could see that win total maybe going down. Maybe 3, 4, maybe 5. But we'll just have to wait and see how things go.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's all I got to say. We're excited to see how it all goes down. And hey, you know what? That'll do it for us here tonight on the live stream. Hey, thank you all so much for signing up. Thank you for watching here tonight. We've had a blast. And hey, 2 weeks from now is the Meliello Smooth Fest. Give us a week, but hey, tomorrow you will see the first ratings form go up, and everyone should have their roles ready for the Wawa Cup Series. So you'll see that channel in the Discord, and you'll see the Google form go up sometime tomorrow. And we'll get it all started, and we'll see how it all goes down. And we'll see you all Labor Day weekend to see who ends up winning the championship. But hey, we got the Meliello Smooth Fest 2 weeks from now. I know you guys are all looking forward to that. Final thoughts, Caleb and Nathan, before we call it for the night.
A really fun night. Really liked this whole draft idea. Really glad that everything went so smoothly with all the team owners and went a lot quickly than I expected it. But very much looking forward to Newsma in a couple of weeks. We're ready to kick off the season, and looking forward to the Wawa Cup and Husband Series. And of course, with the IndyCar Series with Caleb, going to be a great year on the channel, and cannot wait to get the season off here with some Florida action.
I really can't wait to get all this started and get everything rolling. But yeah, really happy with how things went tonight. It's really nice to see that everything went smoothly, and
Many months of
honestly
planning.
had a very, very fun night. Yeah.
Many months of planning. Just for this one night, hey, it worked out well. You know, we're going to have a lot of fun.
But yeah, had a very great night, and really, really excited to see how all these interesting driver team pairings will do this upcoming season.
It's going to be fun. That's all I got to say. We've got our field set. 2 weeks from now, it's the Smooth Fest, and hey, you know, we'll just keep on rolling every single week till Labor Day weekend here in the Wawa Cup Series once we get going. So, Superstar Series from New Smyrna next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see that one. I already know what happens. Caleb already knows what happens as well. That was a lot of fun. That was a great race, and just leads right into the Smooth Fest. The first Sprint Series race is January 31st. The sign-ups for that, if you missed out, don't worry. Next Wednesday, we're going to have ourselves sign-ups for the New Smyrna race. There'll be 14 cars open every single week. Wawa Cup Series team owners are allowed to sign up. They won't be eligible for the hot seat to drive in the Wawa Cup Series, but they'll still have a shot at the title if they want to run in every single race, so that'll be fun to have some of the team owners involved in that as well. Those signups are going to be on YouTube, right here on YouTube, every single week, Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I think Caleb's going to run the first one. Not the first race, but we'll run the signups now because they'll be at work. You know, that's just how it goes. You got to make money. That's it for me. You all have a great night. Thank you so much. This was so much fun to do. And you know, now the work begins for me. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun as well, and I'm excited to see how it all goes down. Huge thanks to Caleb, Nathan, Agor, and Travis, the whole moderator team in the server for helping me out tonight and bringing everyone in. Huge thanks to everyone who we interviewed, and we're excited that you're all excited for the Wawa Cup Series in 2024. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So you all have a great rest of your night. Enjoy it, and we'll be racing here in the Wawa Cup Series in just 2 weeks' time. All 36 of these drivers going for the Wawa Cup Series Championship for the second season, the sophomore year. It's going to be better. It's going to be better than last year, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, on behalf of Caleb Rose, Nate Stapleton, Travis Crampton, and Igor Barreto, I'm AG. You know who I am. You all have a great rest of your night. And as